live. He made it like a post. I started laughing. This is not your business. He had a good point, but the way he said it was funny. Mhm.
No, sorry, I was listening. I was trying to share the life. But yeah. Yeah, I've seen that before. It's like, mind your business. It's none of your business.
It was funny to watch though. The way I think the way he articulated, he had a good point, but the way he was talking sounded funny. So I was laughing more about the way he was talking than what he was saying. Mm. Right.
So, you know me?
Tell me.
I don't want to be weird or anything. You know me. I like to be upfront. Homeboy down, you know he can come up, right? It's not that deep. And there's no fight or anything.
I didn't say anything.
No, because I don't want anybody, feel some type of way or anything. And, platform wise, That's all.
Yeah, I know. He knows that if he wants to, because he might be doing something. That's why I didn't pressure anybody. I used to keep sending requests to people, and I realized some people are doing stuff, and they found that annoying, but they just were being polite. So yeah. So no, but
No, that happens. That's why I don't like. I know at this point, I think I've actually, you know what I realized when just be on TikTok. I know like when people go like when if I'm on a panel and I'm sharing a live because I want to share that live, right? I know who to send it to and who not to, due to their schedule. Does that make sense?
You memorize the schedule. God damn. All right.
I do, of course. What I fit? See, Jay, welcome, Jay. If she's here, yeah. So give or take,
Is that Jay keep on trucking? Is that him?
No, not the American Jay. This my twin right here. My twin sister.
I thought your twins are all female, but okay.
Jay, come up, twin. That's my twin right there. Only see, aw, you hear that, Genevieve?
What it is. But yeah. I'm just working still on the other thing, but someone was asking me to do the Pojulu dance. They said it's a trending thing, so I didn't mind. I thought about it, and it'd be also a good way to put culture. So I've been thinking about that as well on many levels. So yeah, that's the latest thing that I've been thinking about. Yeah. Okay, let's do the. I don't know. I'll do the nose, the mouth. Yeah. I just realized I didn't draw any ears. Nobody complained. It's so funny. I never drew any ears. Nobody complained. It's pretty interesting.
Was it on purpose?
No, I just realized it later because when you come and look at your artwork with fresh eyes, you start noticing things. So it wasn't actually intentional, but it became apparently obvious later when you start looking and seeing things like, woo, crazy. I didn't even notice till a little later, yeah. So yeah, that's how I kind of noticed.
What time is it for you right now? You know me?
It's still afternoon. It's like I think it's not 4:15 a.m. I don't think so.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's 4:15 a.m. my time. What time is it? Like what? Like 1 p.m. 2 p.m.
Memorize everybody's time. Weird.
Huh?
I just memorized everybody's time. It just became weird.
Yeah, it's so weird. The fact that you just off the dome is crazy. Do I need to keep an eye out for you, or what's going on you?
No, it's all right. I'm good.
I don't know. Should I trust you? I have trust issues. I don't know.
No, what actually happens is like even when I was on Twitter, I used to be on NFT spaces. We had Russians, we had Nigerians, we had all sorts of. It was very a melting pot, right? So when we were on the way we used to kind of figure out when people are going to sleep, when people are waking up. Even we had Japan. It was just we started memorizing the times, and it just came naturally. That's how it is. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. It's so crazy. Just interacting with people from like Melbourne and stuff like that. On a daily basis. I actually memorize certain time these days. It's like okay.
Yeah, it became easier, partially because uh,
I'm trying to come up. Junubi, can you bring Jay up?
okay, let me bring the request.
If she's requesting, I don't know if she is or not.
Let me see the request. Maybe she has to exit and request again. I didn't see the request.
I feel like I don't know. TikTok in general has been glitching lately. But so crazy. I kid you not, it's been on your live as much. Remember how like I couldn't hear Cho, and then Ali and certain people, and then when I go on other live, I actually can. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I have to I don't know. It's just been glitches all around.
Oh my God, Jay, still talking about that? Yeah, never mind. It is what it is. I even forgot.
Hmm?
No, nothing. I just saw something in the comment like, whoa.
What's happening?
Nothing. Something happened a long time ago, maybe like 2 or 3 months ago. I didn't think it was still a topic even.
Are you guys good? Or am I?
I have no problem. I have no problem with nobody.
Wait. I mean, am I missing something? Can she come up or?
No, she can. She can, but just let her request.
Jay, request real quick, sis. I mean, because honestly, am, am I missing something?
She's not. She's not requesting. I can
She
even
said she did. She said she did,
request again.
and I'm not seeing it.
I don't see it either. That's what I'm telling you.
Is she blocked?
No, she's not. She didn't do anything to get blocked. To be honest, she didn't do anything.
No, it's not that. I'm just. Anyways, because I don't know what's going on. I really genuinely, I swear to God, I don't. This is weird.
It got weird because I even forgot.
Cause when I came on the live, I sent a request. Like, you know how you send just everything. I shared the live with 10 people. I don't know if you saw that.
Let her.
And she's one of the people I shared it with.
Let her.
And I didn't know you guys had issues.
No, we don't have. I don't have an issue. She's the one upset. I have no issue. But it was something. She had a fight with Sophia, and she expected me to take down Sophia. I didn't want to. That's what happened.
So is so she's restricted?
No, she's not restricted. She can come up.
She's saying let me up.
She's not requesting.
Jay request. I'm seeing her requesting because.
Even me, I don't see her request either. That's why I'm saying she didn't request.
So is she blocked?
No, she's not. She never requested.
This is weird. I'm sorry to. I don't know. I just.
The story. What happened was it was a day with Ali. Ali first got her camera access, right? And then what's it called? Jay was telling her close the camera. You're exposing yourself. Yada. And then Ali was just feeling a little bit self-conscious. Then what basically happened was Sophia came and basically saying it's none of your business. She's a grown woman. And then they argued and argued and argued. She even called Sophia a man at one point or something. Are you a man or a woman? And then I went all out. And then after that, what's it called? She dropped and she got mad. Why didn't I take down Sophia? And I said Sophia didn't say anything. She just gave an opinion that Ali's a grown woman, and she didn't even insult you. I don't know what the big deal. And then she got angry, and that's it. And that's basically what happened. So that's it. And for me, I think it was nothing. I think the lie is even there. It's still there for what actually happened. So for me, I think I think it was nothing even deep. It was just two people. This is just two people disagreeing, and she wanted me to drop Sophia and handle Sophia, and that's it.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I genuinely just walked into something I had no clue about because I didn't know anything about it till now.
I swear to God, it was nothing. I've
Because
I've
I'm seeing her
I've
comments, I'm hearing you, but I really didn't know. I don't know what's happening to you too. So
it's one-sided, B. It's one-sided. She has a beef with
no,
Sophia.
no, no, but we're not doing that because if that's the case, I don't know. Now it's getting weird. I can't say anything to be honest.
Let's move on. Let's move on. It's nothing. Even it's like 2 months ago. I don't. I forgot. You know how many lives we had after that? Doesn't matter. Let's move on.
No, Ruby, no, no. The reason I can't say anything, right? Because I genuinely, I didn't know it. She never said anything to me about you or anything. I just shared like your life to 10 people, right? And she was one of those people just now, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't know anything about anything, right? Just until now. So if anything, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what it is. It's yeah, just not a big deal. So we move on. It's not a big deal. If she wants to come up, she can feel free to come up. But I guess she doesn't want to. It's not a big deal. That she's
But she said she wants to come up, but I don't think she's being allowed to come up.
no, she's not requesting. If she's requesting, you could see it. I could see it. Doesn't matter. She's not requesting. So I just
Okay, well, I mean that's fair. That's fair.
no, but I think it makes sense. She didn't want to partially. She didn't want to come up partially because she was wrong anyway. No big deal. Let's move on. Let me just tell you what I'm planning to do.
Yeah, because you're drawing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your piece. I really didn't know what's going on. I genuinely, legit sent her. I would take. Listen, I sent her the request because
If you see
I
Sophia,
wanted her to come up.
you ever see
And
Sophia?
I didn't know you guys had whatever is going on.
No, I have nothing. I have
I was
nothing.
I was unaware of it.
Look, B, I'm good. I'm drawing. I moved on. I've
Okay.
like thousands. I mean hundreds of hours of lives way after that. She's the one still holding a grudge. She's angry. I didn't deal with Sophia. I don't care. And if you want to, you can ask Ali. Ali was there. And
No, no, no. I don't listen. I cannot go ask anybody about anything. It's not. I was not there. You know how weird that is.
yeah, it is weird.
The movie.
Let's
It's
move
just
on.
weird. We don't. Yeah. But anyways, let's just drop it because yeah, yeah.
Mm. All right, let me just think of this character of the thing. Up, what, Joel? Why don't you come up, Joel? What's up, Joel? Maybe he might help change the thing. Let me try and bring up Joel. Uh, we have soon. All right, no big deal. Oof. Hey, B, are you into that Mission Impossible stuff or not really? B? Okay, B took a minute. B, can you hear me? Anyway, all right, no big deal. Well, we continue onwards. Forget about the beef between women. We don't have deal. We don't have to deal with that. Fight your own battles. But anyway, what's it called? I'm thinking about the Pojalu dance. I'm trying to figure out how to make a sequence, and I was thinking about making dialogue. I don't know how to make what's it called, dialogue. I don't know how to do that. I mean, I can make dialogue, but I'm not sure how to make dialogue with include, which would include what's it called, the dance. I think maybe I can make the music without including the dialogue. I'm trying to figure out how that to make that work. That's what I'm thinking about right now. And I'm also thinking. So and plus the guy is supposed to be calm. So let's just put some lips in the situation so it doesn't look like an angry dude. Mouth is supposed to be gently closed and relaxed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Do, 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 do. I'm gonna try the glasses thing. Then that should be-
You said, oh, okay. I heard you. You said you're doing what, Tim?
No, I was thinking about what's it called. I was thinking about what's it called. Trying to include the Pojalu dance in the story. I'm trying to figure out how the story to work. That's what I'm thinking. Trying to figure out right now. And that's what I'm thinking about. So the guy he's reading the newspaper, enjoying.
Yeah, I was gonna say he looks like he's reading newspaper on his lap.
Yeah, I want to try the background scene. I'm trying to make it look more like something within Juba as well. So like he's flipping the pages and he's holding it accordingly. And this one I'm trying to figure out. And then yeah,
خد ترابيزة قدام كمان ترابيزة و like a
I
teacup.
want the tarbeza is قدامك هسه. The tarbeza قدامك.
Yep, there you go. Yep, I didn't see it, sorry. Yeah, خد شاي كوباية قدامه كمان.
Done. I'm gonna make it even done. See how it
That
goes.
will just literally just, you know.
I-
And why is his head smaller than his body? I mean, the details are there.
There, see that?
There you go. See, oh, you're already on it. There you go.
Of course, I thought about all that. That's all been thought of.
So why are you even asking me? See, even the steam, you already had it.
Yeah,
When you were asking me, I didn't see that prior to it because it was zoomed in. Now I see it.
Yeah, that's what I got going on. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see the other things. All right, let's see what else we got going. All right, let's figure this out. I'm gonna go straight to the next one. Let me see what else we got. Let me take it down to the next place. Hold on a second, I'll be back. I'm gonna do something. I'll be right back real quick. It's pretty crazy. Crazy work. Had to go take care of something. Back now. Awesome. Alright, now what else we got next? Okay, what else I got going on next? Okay. All right. Interesting. Go. I think the next thing to do would be honestly. All right. Continue. Let's get to this. Next thing I want to do, let's go to the other platform. Let's make a different live. Here we go. Pretty exciting stuff. How many hours did this go on for? Oh, this is a live actually going on. When this happened? It happened an hour ago. Pretty interesting. All right. All right, let's get to this. All right, here we go. All right, let's start this from the beginning. We'll move on from there. Let's see what else we got over here. There's no Wi-Fi. What's going on? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go further. Go to this other thing. Wait for there. Okay, let me try again. Get out of this again. 1 second. Oh, B, you're back. Sorry about the awkwardness. I got I had to get some mail, but yeah.
No, you're good. It's just weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, I don't like to. You know what I mean? I don't like.
I didn't like it too. You see, I came for drawing. When I talk about anything else, I was like, confused.
No, no. When I came up with your panel, I always come up, and I feel like sometimes, there's because half the time I'm not here for stuff, right? So I do miss stuff, and
I
I
think
may not catch like some
it
cues, right?
was actually a full panel. There's even everyone was there. That's why it's weird. And for me, to be honest, I actually took me for a while to try and figure out what she's talking about, and then yeah. Anyway, I just remember the time like when you got attacked on the panel, and I was confused about why you were attacked before. I was actually trying to figure out, and then that's why when I asked you, did you interact recently? And then from that day,
I did, yeah, exactly, yeah.
I was like, come on. And I think I know. To be honest, I think a lot of us need to grow up, even men
And
and
even tonight, and that's why tonight, like I was confused. Because honestly, like I said, I'm the one that shared the live with her, right?
even me. I was confused.
And
To be honest,
I was unaware, so
no, no,
you know what I mean?
no. I'm also confused because that's so long ago, and for me, I thought it was nothing. That's what it was. I thought it was, like let's say if I cussed you out one time, I was angry, heat of moment. We could have, because at the end of the life, we all apologize, we said sorry and everything, and the right apology, the
Yeah,
right.
same thing happened with yeah, homeboy.
I thought when we apologized, that should put things to bed. I'm just surprised, like what's going on? I'm confused. That's what I thought of. That's where I kind of got. So I
But
thought
is she blocked? Because she can come up, and again, like I said, she's the one that, and she's in the comments talking about she needs to defend herself. So I feel like when
she's not blocked, but what I did, I just muted the comment because I'm tired
mhm.
of gaslighting situation. I was like, she wants to come up, she's ever, I block her because people.
uh,
Let me tell you something, B. I actually
mhm.
known her for 3 years. She was on Twitter. Something happened on Twitter. She left with me, and now she came here, and I'm surprised. I thought since I know you for 3 years, we have a little bit of rapport. I don't think you'd come and attack me like that. I'm surprised. I don't know what's going on. Maybe something personal in the life, and then maybe she felt offended. She felt that I was supposed to do more. I don't know. But yeah, I've known this person since 2022. But not personal. That's why I'm so confused.
I can't defend anyone because again, when it's something that I don't know, I don't know either of you guys. You know what I mean? Truth be told, right? And
Let me just say something. B, if I was a really, if I wanted to make, if it was even important to me, I could go and look for that live and post it. But I don't want to do that. It's no need.
no, no, I wouldn't even. Janubi, like just to it's because you know how I randomly come up, right? And we just we share live, people come up, right? That's what I thought it was gonna be. I didn't think anything of it, and so for it to take that turn, and I'm like, damn, what just happened,
They need,
And for me, it's like, damn, like I feel like I had something to do with it. I didn't know anything of it. I didn't even know you guys. You guys had.
I honestly did not
I
know.
had no clue. I kid you not.
I had no idea. Even the unfollow and all that stuff. Like, what do you mean?
But Genevieve, truth be told, that she is in the comments telling you she wants to come up. So
Swear to God.
and
I swear to God.
no, no, no. But I'm telling you, like, no. But let's be honest. Come on now. Nobody's like, come on. Let's be honest. Like, if she wants to come up, she's not being, And but I'm not forcing you. This is your life, right?
I swear to God. I think she's even shy to come up, to be honest. I swear to God, if she wants to come up, she's welcome to. I just muted the comments because I felt,
I
yeah,
don't think no, because I can't even see her request.
no, I think she's on private.
Yeah, so it would be the host. But she's
You,
saying even
no,
for her to come to, I don't know if you saw my last comment. I was like, okay,
just
just it's
screenshot it.
not that deep. Just let it go because she's trying to defend herself in the comments, and it's just back and forth instead of just
It's not.
discussing it, leaving it alone. And I feel like I just started something that has nothing to do with anything. That makes sense.
She's welcome. I even muted the comments to force her to come up, but she didn't come up.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I
Because some people feel more like, oh, they feel powerful in the comments, say whatever they want. But if you come on the panel, you can ask direct questions. It can be a full
no,
conversation.
yeah, yeah, no, but Jay, I can't again. I can't really defend anyone because you really don't know anyone fully. Even you, I can't defend you fully, right? Because even when it comes to me, you can't defend me fully, right? Because you don't know me, right?
I agree.
So it was just more of like she was asking to come up to be brought up, and then I even told her in the comments, hey, request if you. I don't know, it just threw me off. That's all it was.
Let me say something, dude. Just think about it for a second. If you unfollowed me, would you really want to come up in my live and have a conversation? I don't think so.
Okay, so
So I think, and that's why I think she felt power was saying lies, lies. I'm like, what? There's zero question. I could screenshot it for you, but anyway, I didn't.
okay.
To me, it wasn't that deep. I'm still doing my drawing, and for me, I've moved on. I'm surprised. What do you think?
No, because I was the one that because I literally I don't know if you saw I shared the live with 10 people. She was one of those people. That's why she came. And in the beginning I was because I didn't even know you guys were beefing. I didn't know you guys were beefing. I kid you not. If I knew, then I would have never done it. But then again, I don't know
Hold
this
on a second.
TikTok people fight every day. I don't know.
Hold on a second, B. I'm telling you, it was not that deep. That's one, and I think some people need to grow. I think I don't know. I feel some people are parents. They gotta stop acting childish. Nothing happened. I'm telling you.
No, I just yeah. So
I,
it is your love, Junobi, and I can't say
I
anything.
think
It's
it's
just
something bigger. Maybe it's something to do with the other guy, Triple, or so. It's something else. It's nothing to do with that lie. To me, till now, nothing added up. Nothing added up because I looked at what happened. I watched the tape. It doesn't add up. There's something else happened. Maybe I made a joke in a different live that has nothing to do with that. That's why for me, there's something that the person is saying. There's some dishonesty. I don't know what it is. Anyway,
well,
but
my list because I can't speak on that. It's just yeah, for me it was just I was just trying to and again and this is my problem because I come and go as you know what I mean. I'm in and out and sometimes I feel like I miss a lot of stuff and then when I do come in, it's like oh you missed this. So I feel like that's one of the situations I missed and now I'm like it's just but it's not about me. I don't want to sound selfish. Does that make sense?
you did nothing.
So
I'll just say that you did nothing wrong. For me, I'm a little bit half as confused as you. But just for me, I just started thinking, what could this about? Could it be about that? That thing almost maybe probably 3 months ago, a long time ago now. 3 months ago, I thought it was not a big deal, and we even buried the hatchet. Yeah, if I find that live, I don't know, I'll be shocked because at the end, sorry, sorry, oh, sorry for calling you a man, and I'm so confused. I don't know. I think
no, and we're not doing that because when it's all said and done, I feel like everyone deserves a space and a platform. So
honestly,
I can't really speak on anything. I'm not there. I was not there, so I can't. You know what I mean? So
I've moved on, but if the person continues to bring it up, I'll just post it live. I'll look for it live. How long it takes, I'll post it because you can't go around gaslighting people when something didn't happen. I don't know. That's all I can say. But,
I'll be back. Okay, respectfully. Give me a second. Okay. Okay.
let's see, moving. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What I'm going to do next is going to blow people's mind. Let's go for this. Alright, let me see. Let's watch the next thing. Alright, we're gonna start from the top. Let me go get some coffee. Let me get some caffeinated. Moving onwards, moving onward. Oh, sorry, just came back. Started on a hardcore note.
Huh?
No, what I want to do, I just thought of. I've been working on the next character as well, so I'm pretty excited to share that in a bit. So what I want to do is I want to do 2 characters for now, and I want to build up to another character, and then from there I'll start a little bit of that. Because right now people are pretty thirsty for the animation side, so that's what I'm going to be working on. So
Is that the ear coming in or the head? Let me. So that's a new one now.
no,
Not.
same one. I just tweaked it up. I finished the other thing while I was doing stuff. I'm just gonna finish that off, the last details, and then I'm going to get to the next character. And then I have the next character I'm gonna with the same thing. I'm gonna do right now. Just trying to I like the glasses though. I think I'll keep the glasses.
Yeah, keep that one. And you know what's so crazy? Well, like when you're, putting it together, it doesn't make sense in the beginning, but towards the end, it actually ends up adding up, per se.
You know what? Well, let me tell you what's even crazier. What actually happens with me? I'm working on the animation, and I have one idea in mind. Once I start putting a drawing, then my idea starts shifting. Like, wait a minute, why don't we do something else? That's what happens, which is pretty crazy to me.
So your brain just goes there. Yeah, that's a talent.
Goes left. That's what happens. Let me put the legs and the other thing. I already thought the animation. His legs were crossed. He'd be swinging them side to side.
Because it's Poluju, right? You said this anime.
You know, technically the animation is just
Yep, right there, cross.
jumping up and down, moving sideways.
Yeah, like kusir, whatever the bench.
Look, you know, right now as an animator, we need to think about how the play starts, right? Where is the person? What is he doing before he joins the dance? So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm thinking that this guy is in a restaurant drinking tea, because most of the time in South Sudan, most people are just drinking tea all day, right? So I'm thinking about this guy starts in the restaurant, and then It's like you've seen those movies where they show like a big incident happens, and they show like 5 hours.
Yeah, it's the intro. Yeah, the intro before. Yeah, beforehand.
Yeah, 5 hours earlier. So I'm trying to
Mm.
do right now
Yep,
is
yep, kusur. Uh-huh.
do the 5 hours earlier. That's what I'm trying to do right now,
You see how you just drew him prior to it, and then the kusur just came in.
and made it make sense, right?
Tarbeza, Ushai, Hagada. Uh-huh. Yep, yep, yep. So you're doing backwards right now. You're literally going backwards right now.
No, but did you ever notice a lot of shows? I don't. Did you watch? Did you ever watch Money Heist, or you didn't watch it?
Not yet. Remember? I haven't watched it yet. I should. I probably should. I heard it's pretty good. You guys keep. Everyone keeps saying that.
And now there's a new season. The spin-off is like it's called Berlin. It's based on the brains of the second and third season. The brains of the animation, the second and third season. So
Nice, nice. I mean, I think. I mean, I know I will. The thing is, it doesn't matter when I get to it. That's the problem. But I know I will eventually.
I know the feeling. Right now, for me, I actually wanted to watch Mission Impossible movie, Tom Cruise, part two, but I
Mm.
saw part one, so I'm like, damn it. And I'm about to go and watch part two while watching part one. I said, no, I can't do that. It's much better. I can't do that. See? So I have this
I
idea.
was. See, look. Didn't
Yeah. So I have the other thing where this guy is relaxing his leg, and
That's a top. No, that's a top tier uncle energy right there.
yeah. Now I want to add something else because I just thought of something. So I already gave him tea, so I'm thinking about other things to do. So then
Mm.
go here, and let's get to the next thing in mind. Okay, let's go over here. Okay. It's gonna look weird, but we're gonna make it work. We'll have the. I'll make a weird nose. Nose might be too big, but it is what it is. And then we gotta make something interesting. We're gonna hate this, but it is what it is. It'll work out. And then we have okay. Let's have hair in the back.
The blonde hair is crazy.
No, it's creative. It goes well with the dark skin.
Ah, not
Yeah, it goes well with the dark skin. So,
تركيبة تركيبة تركيبة.
yeah. And I gotta put lips. Lips. I think I'll make super pink lips. Super pink lips work, I guess. And then afterwards, we need to try and make it. Since I want to make like a
The
red.
blonde hair is crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. The blonde hair is crazy.
I love it because it's like opposite, like really dark, really light. So it's pretty
What do you
wild.
mean? I feel like it's very stereotypical because no one knows you got them got aunties but that تركيبة بتعمل شنو and it's like ناس زول أسود وش أسود يلا be if it's not blonde it's أحمر which is it's very stereotypical to be honest.
Like she has her top part of the body. Now we put the dress to make.
You can tone the color down a little bit because that yellow is very bright. Respectfully,
All right, I'll tone it down. Let me just put the dress.
just for appealing to.
Does it look good? Well with the dress. Okay, I'll turn it down. Let me. You know what I'll do? I'll show you something cool about animation. We can duplicate. I'll put them side by side. 1 second.
Okay. Yeah, no. Do you do? Let me shut up. Let me be quiet. Let me go on mute and let you do your thing.
I actually prefer the inside. And let me show you a cool thing. For me, what I'm trying to do, I want to have fun with colors. Like
Yes.
one of the animation I did, there was a guy on the border. He has light blue hair, which would never happen in Juba. A grown man having light blue hair, and hell the F no. Never gonna happen. But I made it happen as a thing. Okay, and here's the
That's good. But one thing I realized with your animation, you are challenging the status quo, and and the fact that they will like they will shun the blue hairstyle, like the color, but then you know how like we have like guys can dye their hair dirty blonde, right? Do like just organically through the village and stuff. You know how that goes, right? With the like
You know what
the
that is?
piss and stuff. The thing. So I'm like, we're hypocrites.
It's only I think women don't do that, do they? Or it's only men, or it's everybody?
No, women and men can do it, but it's majority of men that do it actually in our. So it's like, but that's the hair dye. So it's like that makes it acceptable. It's like, but then here you are. If you were out in that spring and you dye your hair, they think you're trying to be something you're not. But back home they do it. Does that make sense to you?
It's funny. The hypocrisy is real.
I'm trying to tell you.
Hmm.
But yeah, and oh, okay, you're getting somewhere with that. Actually, you can keep the blonde because
No,
the
no, no.
colors.
Other arm. I like it because I put it with the dress. I want. You know what I
Yeah, I was
did?
gonna say yeah. Color coordination is making sense right now. So don't listen to me. Just keep it. Do what you're trying to do.
You know what I'm
And
also
let's see
doing?
the full vision.
I actually wanted to make the apron white, but I thought let me try something else. Let's get out of the box, and I changed the apron to a darker greenish blue kind of thing. Uh,
Okay.
I also have to add another arm, so she's not one armed monster.
Yeah, because it's. Yeah. But yeah, let's see. Let's see. Because color coordination does matter, and maybe you're getting somewhere with this. Let's just see. Let's see.
The arm, the other hand. Okay. Uh-oh. So the other hand, I just want to make something different. Okay, over here. Okay, let's get rid of this. Yeah, better. Then I have already have the drinks and everything ready. I designed that already, so it should be going well. Mm-hmm.
Homeboy with the pink looks like someone in Australia that comes on the panel sometimes.
Uncles wear that? The pink? It's
Hmm?
normal. The uncles are wearing the pink. Is the thing? Hmm.
Just you know how. Anyways. Oh wow. Senior.
Yeah. I made it light green so to blend in for fun. And we have, of course, the legs. That's it.
Mm.
So now that's it. We got a scene. So now, so what I wanted to do, let me show you something fun for the scene. Let's say I move.
It's vibrant in a way, in its own unique way. It's vibrant.
Yeah, a lot of people would watch that. It looks different than what you can see. Let's say we put her away, and
Mm.
if I wanted to animate her, watch this. This is so funny. This is how it works. So we have this lady over here. If you want to animate her, I have to let me put the
She actually stands out, even with the blonde hair, the blue, the green tray, everything.
become a friend. So now let's say I got her over here. So if I want
Mm.
her to walk, what I do, I have to select everything carefully, all the legs selected, and then I count the let's say 24 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 24 frames. Make her one of the feet come up. Her feet will come up with the dress
Wow.
and straight. Okay, that's it. Then this other foot straight as well. I'm trying to make the dress move with the thing to make it realistic. That's one thing, and then for the other side, it have to be the opposite movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. Opposite movement. This leg comes this way. That leg goes back. So it's gonna be a little. I can't make it too far. The dresses are intertwining. Oh yeah, this is a bit. I made it a bit weird, but we're gonna figure out how to make it work. I don't want dress to overlap. And then from there, and also this is gonna be really fun over here. To make this leg come really up for a second. Make it look funny. Let me see how it looks. Let's see. Yeah, it looks a bit weird. Trying to figure out how we make this work. Ah, I know what I did wrong. Okay, I have the I made a mistake over here. This is the one that should go up. Uh-oh. I have to figure out the dress thing. The dress is shaking too much. Whew, this one is pretty fun. But yeah, made it conflict because I wanted the dress to move with the legs. That's what made it a bit conflicting.
Yeah, with the movement, it's kind of like so. It feels natural. Swing.
Yeah, because when someone walking, the dress usually moves.
Yeah. This ways. Yeah.
So now what I can do is try this interesting. And now I have to deal with the dress situation. All right, let's deal with the dress situation. Okay. All right, I got it. So this other situation happens here. All right, it's gonna be interesting. Let's try something here. If it doesn't go left, and try something straight. Mm, mm. does when so most people don't really realize when it comes
Mm.
to the actual animation, both of them are you have to actually animate everything. If you don't animate everything, it's not gonna work out. Alright, let's try straight again. Okay, got this. See if this can prevent the dress from going down. Or I have to try and figure out how to make this dress move upward while that's moving that way.
Would you put it out more or put it up like the one in the front, kind of like not raise it up because you want to keep it, very traditional, right?
Yeah.
But not too, so it's not explosive, but also too
Yeah,
the angle of it, right? Like the on the front end, like where that's poking.
the funny thing about it, B. I know what you're
Mm.
saying, but what happens is pretty funny when you do it in slow motion. It's
Mm.
different. You're gonna get a different. It's gonna be different than when it actually appears in real life. That's what I discovered the hard way. So this one,
Okay.
yeah. Get this leg up, and let me see if
This is really an art. It's not easy. That's crazy. What I mean, it's a gift because not a lot, not a lot of people can do it. To be honest, we can do it.
a lot of people will have the patience to do it.
Huh?
Not a lot of people have the patience to do it. To be honest.
Yeah, not a lot of people have the patience. Some people don't have the talent. Meaning, you see how you, because again, it's an art, right? Just like anything else that you have passion for. It's given. What a talent is, a talent can be given to you. Like you have a God given talent, and then you have a talent that you acquired, right? And talent that you went out of your way. And yeah, so critiquing it comes with patience, which just speaks volumes. Like this is your art. The fact that you're able to do this is your art.
Yeah, this is tough.
Which leads to yeah, the way, why is it so squared?
It looks funny, right? I think I know what I did.
It does. It looks silly.
What I need to do is I need to make the dress go down. I actually connected the legs to the dress. I thought it was a good idea. Now I'm regretting it.
No, I understand you're trying to make it modern, like traditional, but it's just too square.
Let me show you. If we, okay, like that.
Am I yapping too much? I
No,
feel like
no,
I'm
no, it's
being
good.
overly opinionated right now.
You're good. You're good. We're seeing the same thing. I'm agree. I'm actually slightly agreeing with you. Like what's going on there? I'm just trying to figure out how to. It's called make it normal again. I think I know what to do. Let's see. I think the dress going forward looks interesting. Actually, I want to try and see what it looks like. One second. Let's do a little experiment.
Mm.
Let me move away let's move the drinks. Make it more complicated. Let's see this right now. So this is the lady. So we're gonna make her move slowly and see how. Let me make more frames. Make like 800 frames. So 0. Let's make this a total of 800 frames maybe. All right. So now I'm gonna try some experiment here. Here we go. Here's the lady over there. And here we're gonna move slowly and see how if the legs go around the movement. So she's supposed to be moving toward this guy, right? So let's now.
Okay, I see it now. But yes.
Now watch this. Let me show you. The frames are I froze the frame movement, but I just moved the whole body movement. Go back to 0. Now when you watch it, it's gonna be a bit different. So the thumb. Okay, we're gonna ring like this. There we go. I have to make more frames of the movement. so you can actually watch it in real time. Let me see if this is enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does this actually go well? Yeah, let's try again. Let me do 1, 2, 3, 4 again. 24 frames again. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 24 frames. And then one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 24 frames. Okay. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it over here. All right. Now watch this. We're gonna see it. So you're gonna see her. It's gonna look like she's dancing. Because the funny thing now, most people don't understand. Walking is actually a style. It's not just a thing. It's actual style. So when you watch someone walk, you can kind of see it's out. Watch this. Here it goes. Let's do it. So it looks kind of a bit weird. I think for starters,
Be able to adjust her legs to where she's walking with confidence, like to where, because you know, like you said, walking is a style, right? So slow her walk down
slow the walk.
and make her walk more feminine. That makes sense.
Okay. All right. I think first the dress should be going backwards, not forwards, right? Are you
No. Let's pause on the dress. Just make her walk, slow her walk down, like allow her, because her walk determines the space and her energy. So slow. If you can work on her walk, I don't know how you're gonna make that work, but you're the expert here. So
Go ahead and make it work. It's gonna be
work
weird.
on her walk, and that should, kind of determine. And then you can go back and work on the dress if need be. But
The problem
like,
is
it's her knees, her walk, like her knees when she walks.
too high, right?
Her knees go high. It's supposed to be like seductive. It's supposed to be like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like feminine. Like, I don't know how to.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Okay, watch this. Let's you know what? Let's just delete everything. Watch this. So if you want to move the knees lower, it's actually very easy. All you have to do is decide how you move it. Let's say to make even the walk very small. Let's make it like that. Okay, watch this. Let's do more frames. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make it slower. Watch this. And yeah, 1 second. So it doesn't really go up too far. It goes over here. So yeah, watch this. Make 5 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's see if we get this right. Yeah, okay, let's try this. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do it again. I got back to the, sorry, I got it wrong. I got back the old one. I didn't want to get the old one back. 1 second. 1 second. Let me show you how we're going to do this. Let me copy this, the new frames. I got the old frames back, which is wild. All right, here are the new frames. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if this works. Okay, this from here, does it switch? No, it doesn't switch. That's a problem. Okay, I gotta do it from scratch. Let me try again. It's supposed to switch. All right. Nope. It's all tricky over here. So we have to make this leg come forward, and the other leg go backwards. That's the trick. That leg goes backwards. We gotta make it as basic as possible so it doesn't look like she's flying. Then we have to make a little bit of a kick to make it look a bit exciting, but not too exciting. So I want to make it go up, but not too up. All right, let's try it.
Yeah, just kind of give her that little, like that slow, seductive walk, but not. Do you feel like,
Not
I
super
don't
low.
know if the hips are part of it too? I don't know if you guys can address that. I don't know.
They
It's
can do
just
that. They can do that, but that comes
she
later.
already has the figure to begin with.
That comes later, though.
Yeah, yeah. Right now it's just her legs, like her knees. When yep, 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 yep. You're getting there.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, watch this. And then again, let's try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again.
Definitely better than before.
Yeah, this is not flying like before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, because before she was giving high knees.
It was closer to a run. Watch this. So let's check it out. Here we go. Let's take a look at it now. Let's see how it works. Here we go. Let's let her serve. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's touching something. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Oh, sorry. My computer was acting up for a second, but we're back. See? It's much better, huh?
Absolutely. Yes, indeed. Yeah. It's much better, Julie.
Do I rush this stuff?
Good job. Yeah, it's much, much better. Yeah, you see? It kind of fits. It fits.
That's it. And then what I can do the moving the waist and even the hair as well. Where I can move. Because when you she's got heels, hips would move as well as the hair as well. Because the
Got muffled. Sorry.
yeah, I think since she's got heels, the hair would move as well as the hips. So I'd have to.
Yes, yes. Like when you sway slowly, but her figure is fine. It's just when, because before then, like she was, her knees were just, her walk was very high and it was very not aggressive, but it was just out there. Does that makes sense?
Yeah, I was passive
But
aggressive.
this one is a lot better.
But now you see, that's just for the walk.
Yeah.
Talking is something else. The head moving is something else. Everything is something else. And that's how animation works. It takes patience.
Shout out to you, Genevieve. You are definitely gifted. I give you credit for that. One thing I could never, no one can take that away from you. So, mashallah, you know?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The funny thing, I actually enjoy doing it. It's relaxing. And the bigger thing about it is after it finishes, it gets exciting. You have something, right now, the animation I did with the portrait with that Samuel and that lady, that's my longest animation. Can you imagine? I told my brother also already. And that animation is like, a total of, I think, how many minutes? It's like 10 minutes in total. Total of 10 minutes. That's how I did here. Total of 10 minutes. Now I want to get to a different scene. This is almost done. All you have to do is draw the background. This one's done. I want to get to something else. So let me show you what I'm doing B to make it more interesting, creative. I'll show you how my thought process is working. Let me go back. Oh, no problem. She got a call. She got a call, y'all. Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I didn't get a call. I think what's been happening with my phone, I think I got to the bottom of it.
What happened?
So, you know how like new iPhone came out?
You didn't update?
It's forcing me, I think my phone is glitching on purpose with Apple. It's forcing me to upgrade. That's what's happening.
No upgrade. I think did you update? Is your phone updated?
My phone has been updated because it updated on its own, especially with TikTok. But
How
no, it wants me to get a new, especially here in the US, what's happening right now.
old is your phone? Which iPhone is it?
I have the 14 plus,
You're newer than
like
me.
the Pro.
You're newer than me.
So it wants me, yeah, it's forcing me. So it's like that's what's happening right now.
My phone is older than you. I'm still on the 13. Can you imagine? So that's all you need. 14 and 13 to me is almost the same.
Yeah, it is. It is. But the thing is though, when the newer version comes out, Apple obviously the way, their product's set up, it forces you sometimes. So that's what's happening right now, especially here in the States. It's like literally forcing you to just because I've been catching it. I've been catching it. It's like even right now when I was just talking to you, my screen just froze.
Damn.
So it took me like just literally having to swipe up and exit out of TikTok, lock my screen, and unlock it again and come back to TikTok. So yeah, it's I'm like, okay, it's fine, but Apple is just that's how they get you.
Exactly.
But I don't see myself getting Android. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
No, I can't do it. You know, the whistling sound alone is annoying.
The green bubble is crazy. I'm sorry, but yeah.
You know, when you go to Android users, you want me to airdrop it to you? They don't know what you're talking. What's an airdrop?
Not to laugh, but what's so crazy? I know we make fun of like Android users and stuff, right? But actually, they're more durable than anything else. Any device.
You think so?
So, hmm?
I don't think so.
You don't think Android is more durable than Apple?
Because I have a lot of Android friends. They're having problems all the time.
I would disagree with you on that part.
At
To be
one point,
honest,
at one point, their phone was used to go kablooey. You don't remember that?
that was back, but now you do know they evolve, right? Especially with the new phones they came out with as well. But it's more durable.
Yeah, I think the some of the pictures are better.
No,
Also,
I don't know about the pictures part.
I mean, pictures at night. Apple's been fighting with night pictures for a while, but they're getting better now.
Their cameras. Anyways, I don't want to. Anyways,
I think they have a super flash. I don't know where they got it from. Then also, I like some of their phones. Did you see the flip phone? The Samsung flip phone?
then is that new?
No, it's actually old. I actually first saw it in Juba. A guy bought a
Oh, you talking
phone.
about the old one?
Yeah, the old one. Yeah.
I used to have it. That was my first one ever. Like back in the day. Like
No,
my
no,
first one.
I'm not talking about the Motorola or those old flip
Oh,
phones.
not the BlackBerry.
Not the BlackBerry. I'm talking about
Oh,
there's a flip phone, not like a folding phone for it's like a tablet, but it's a phone. It folds.
how long?
This
Which one though? Which generation?
I don't know for the Samsung, but it's like a huge tablet, but it's a tablet and a phone. It folds and you can call.
Oh
So
no, no, I don't know that.
so if you look at the screen, it's huge. It's amazing and everything. The only problem, there's no cover for that. So you drop it, it's it. Because there's no flipping cover.
Yanks.
So I was like looking at that, like, ooh, interesting. And I just left, and I left it from there. But it was good.
But that's back in the days though. Right now.
But the flip phones eventually they get bad. Even the old flip phones, they have a duration before the flip needs to be changed. You can't because when you flip it, it's like slowly degrading. It takes after a while, it just gets you can't flip it anymore.
You keep bringing up flip phones.
No, that phone I saw in Juba, man, I almost bought it. It was so good.
Who still uses flip phones? Please.
It was a flip. It's like a flip tablet, not really a flip phone. It's a flip tablet. Mm.
So like an iPad?
It's like an iPad, but it's an Android, but it can be folded into a phone. It was
Hmm.
cool. It was so cool. I'm talking about the small flip phone that we have from Motorola. Those ones are. I'm talking about. It's like a flip tablet. It's really cool.
Huh.
Flip tablet phone. It's like a phablet. Flip tablet phone. It was so cool. Because now, if you do a video call with that, or you watch a video on YouTube with that, it looks amazing. And you can flip it and put it in your pocket. Or not really put in your pocket, put in your bag. It's too big for your pocket. But yeah, it was really cool. I don't know. I think I'd have to. I don't know where it is, but what happened to it. But yeah, it was.
It sounds cool. I'm gonna have to look it up. To me, it sounds like a tablet, or like you said, It's small, obviously smaller than an iPad or a tablet. That's crazy though.
Because most of the flip phones from before, you couldn't go online with them. I mean, it wasn't for social media. It's before social media, right? Most of the flip phones.
Yeah, no, that's back in the day though. Like you do know now it has upgraded, right? Like Android has upgraded to where a lot of these people, like, you know, a lot of people you can't even tell these days who has an iPhone and who has an Android. By the way,
I can. I see the
and
camera.
well, until you text them, like until whether you're texting, and also too, the only way I can tell it's through text, obviously, and then their camera, because you can tell when somebody's recording a video or picture, you can tell, you know, if it's recorded or the picture was taken from an iPhone or an Android. That's the only way I'm able to tell, aside from like text message and stuff. But you said you can. How so?
I think message is right because they don't have iMessage.
Yeah, that part. Yeah.
Who do I want to draw next? I want to draw the next uncle. There's an uncle over here. Oh yeah, let me show you what I was talking about earlier. Like you're talking about this girl, different hair. What's this? You get to her hair. This is the waitress. Okay, there's another waitress. This is technology. Looks like her soul came out of the body. Looks like her soul came out of the body. So now from this one, I can edit this one and change anything. Let's say I want to change the hair color. You said about this. Try the other blonde. Or I can even make it pink to see how that will look. You have to get to the other side of obviously the other background. The hair looks good, but I have to change the whole outfit to see what happens. Or if I can I can make it pink as well.
No, because with the colors that you had earlier, I think the hair that you had goes with the colors because if you go with like blue, you want the colors to pop out as well.
Or we can make let's say I made it dark blue. Crazy.
No. What blue and blue is crazy.
Like green, like light green.
No. Dahil bata kalam, you know, nas balit.
No, it doesn't matter. It's a cartoon. Remember, cartoons we have freedom. Like you
Of
look.
course. But no, let's do no. Respectfully, can we keep going lighter?
Lighter for the green.
Mm-mm.
Okay, let's see.
Nope, because the tray is already green. I think honestly,
purple.
due to the colors that you already have, the best bet was the yellow, the blonde.
It just stands out, right?
Yeah, because it just makes it pop due to the colors. It just fits the colors. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I just go back and then I can leave the other one out there.
And Uncle is already set. He's good.
Yeah, Uncle's already there. Now what I want to do, so this is Uncle.
Even that color, actually, that color isn't too bad. Like, it just looks like, it's okay.
If I want to make characters, I just change the colors and I made new characters.
That's true. Yeah.
I'll make this Uncle. Let me do something. I have something in mind. Do something weird. Let's make something. Okay. I might make him in a ruksha. That'd be crazy. You know what ruksha is, right? Ruksha.
Raksha. You said?
That's from cartoon. You wouldn't know. You know the tuk tuk? You know tuk tuk?
No.
Do you know the Indian the
Raksha, like the little, is it the bike things or the little mobile, right? Is mobile things?
They call it ruksha.
Yeah, Raksha. Yeah, I know what Raksha is.
Okay, I'm surprised because that's a very cartoon name.
You do realize I was born in Khartoum, right?
Fair enough.
I don't get a Medina. Huh? You know me?
Yeah. I wasn't sure. Now I know.
Do you think I'm a fox?
No,
No offense to nobody before they come at me. I don't get a either. Yeah, Raksha. Yeah, of course I know what Raksha is.
okay, fine, fine. But because a lot of people who were not in cartoon, that's a very cartoon name.
Yeah, especially in Khartoum. Yeah, I know. I was young. I barely remember it. Like, I know the name and stuff, and I know what it means.
I don't know. I don't know the cartoon or where it came from because all those names they're only for Khartoum and every. I think it's named after the person who bought it. I don't know which person bought it, but that's how they're doing things. So
Whoever bought it made it very popular. Cause yeah, Naskulu. That was like, wasn't that like the main transportation? Like people, it's well known, right?
yeah,
Was.
it's for short distances, not big distances.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a moped basically.
Basically, yeah. You know what's
Mhm.
even funny? What's it
Hmm?
called? You heard the story for Amjad, right?
Hmm?
You don't know Amjad. Amjad
Mm-mm.
is like a small blue van.
No, I don't know.
Okay, when I put up my cartoon, make a cartoon channel, I'll show it to you. But
Mm.
I have enough videos for the whole cartoon. Before the problem. For the whole cartoon before the problem.
Wallahi.
Yeah, if
Hmm.
I do that video, you can definitely see what Amjad is. It's like a small blue van, and yeah, also it's like very popular because it didn't take much fuel, so people can make
A blue. What is it? Blue. You said blue band.
blue van. Yeah,
What is it used for? If you don't mind me asking.
transportation.
A blue band.
Blue van.
Oh,
V
van. Oh,
V A
blue
N.
van. Oh, okay.
That's what it was used for.
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember Rexha. I don't remember Blue Van, but also too the fact that I remember Rexha is crazy because technically speaking, I barely even stayed in Khartoum to be like that. Yes, I was born in Khartoum. Like I actually was in Wow, like again with my grandparents and stuff, and like we had drivers, so like personal drivers, and I don't even know why I remember this stuff. You know what's so crazy? They say like a lot of your childhood you don't recall it until you do recall it. So it's kind of weird, but yeah.
The fact you can remember Raksha, even though you haven't been in the U.S. and you haven't been to Sudan in probably more than 2 decades. It's impressive.
Yeah, of course. Oh yeah, I've been out. What my family, my brother, my youngest brother, he's 21 years old, and he was born here. So that should tell you, right? How long we've been out here for. But it's okay.
Do you think you still have property there, or you don't think so?
Who?
Do you think your parents still have property in Khartoum?
I don't think we ever had property in Khartoum. We have property back in Wow. Like we have property in Wow, and it's before it was divided up, right? Like before the war and stuff. I think we had, I think some of our family members, like my uncles and stuff, like my mom's side, they had businesses in Khartoum. But obviously, that's all gone now, just like anything else, right? But like something that really, our whole establishments were back in WoW. So investment and stuff like that, we always maintain it in like doing WoW and stuff like that. So,
Mm,
and obviously Rumbek.
yeah.
It's weird. I was like, I shouldn't be knowing this stuff, to be honest.
No, it's impressive that you still know. It's pretty good. So
Yeah. And but also too, I'm glad I do because I mean, all of us, even my brothers, like my brother that's born out here, like we, like I know, like when we go back home, like we're good, But also too, like just matter of just, what I mean, just kind of having somewhere to go back to as well
yeah,
counts for something.
so you don't need to
Yeah.
zero.
And people are like, oh my god, people in the diaspora, you guys don't know anything.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. You know what Raksha is? You know some people who stayed in the South Sudan the entire life do not know what Raksha is. They might not know. They might know. They have Raksha.
Your brain tends to recall.
No,
I don't even know how I remember it. It's so crazy. But I actually vividly do remember it. It's wild.
The Rakshas in Juba. Never mind. It's different.
Even Junubi, if in Masr, come on, when we were in Masr, I remember like You know the old Egypt?
Yeah.
And like it's so crazy 'cause my brain recalls all of that as well. Like it's like okay, like that was an experience as well. And so like I feel like people don't realize, right? Because when you know how like some people like travel and stuff just to experience life.
Yeah.
I feel like immigrants already naturally through their journey experience that to begin with, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
To a certain extent.
Mm.
So Nas Gani for better Nas my hassle much anywhere else. You know, it's like they have also you can reverse it. There's people in America here, especially down south, have never even left the south. Right? They never even came to the west, went to the east coast or anywhere else. And that's all they know. So it's like you can't really expand. You cannot. You've never expanded your horizon. You know what I mean? So your mentality, your mindset is just you're a product of your environment where it's very there. That makes sense. And yes, you can say, "Well, I watch TV, I watch news and stuff." You're being fed what you're being fed, but you're not seeing it for yourself. You have never experienced it outside of your entity. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's why I tell everybody go to Juba, because when you go to Juba, it's different from whatever you see on TV and the news. I agree. To the fullest, I agree. I'm with you. Yeah,
Hmm.
but you know the sad thing. I'll be honest. One thing I didn't like about going to Juba, they think everybody, right? They think everybody in South Sudan, I mean, who is in the diaspora, does not care about South Sudan. I was like, hey, stop saying that nonsense. It's not true. So I said, and then for there, I'd say, do you have an uncle outside? You want to say your uncle hates the country? Then they were quiet. But there's a very strong desire for people back home to try and attack people in the diaspora as yo, you're not Sudanese. Oh, yo, you don't know anything about South Sudan. You did it. Yeah, I meant you should not. I mean, if they try and say something that's wrong, you can say that. But some people are.
Yeah, no, it's fine. And the thing is, here's the thing. Sometimes the things they say, right? Let's be honest, they're not wrong, correct?
Yeah.
So it's not like it's not us taking offense to it, personally speaking. It's just more of like it's you're being fed something. You're like, oh, I went to school, I read this, I read. You're being fed something. You have not been out here for you to speak on it. That makes sense. So it's just like
Oh, you're
just
talking about the other side. I'm talking about people in Sudan who think the ones outside don't know anything about South Sudan. That's what I'm saying.
oh yeah,
Not,
that's a different element.
and also, it gets worse. Not even they don't know, they don't care. I like don't. I like.
Yeah, those people. No, those people are not those people. That sounds wrong. Um, that's another beast that we have to deal with because um the mindset isn't the mindset. That's the culture is what they know, and that's all it is. That makes sense. That's the reality of it, right? Nothing else outside of that exists. They know something else exists, but it's like, well, you know what I mean? It's like this is our culture, this is our tradition, this is what we do, this is what, and we made it this far in order for us to survive. Otherwise, we would never be here if it wasn't for this, for that. So it's like it becomes like it's reassurance for them. Does that make sense? And I always hear that all the time. I can't speak, like personally, and be like, but when you talk to people from like back home on that level, the argument is like, like, well, we made it this far in life. We made it like this far in life. It's okay. Yes, we did. We're here. Yes. But what else can we do to enhance our lifehood? That makes sense.
Mm,
But there's that resistance because it's like, we don't care. This is whatever we've been doing has been working for us. So it's like, that contentness, we're content.
mm,
And I commend it in terms of like the strength. We wouldn't be here. Let's be honest. We would not be here if they didn't have that mentality to get us here. Does that make sense? However, we are evolving, and every generation, and that's part of humanity. Evolution is. And let's be honest, mammals, we are mammals. Animals evolve, right? Mammals evolve. So You can't even education right now. They're resistant. They're literally fighting against education because to them it's like kalam farik. Huh? It's school, school. And I would. It's like relax. We're actually it's gonna benefit us in the long term, but they think that education will hinder our culture. And possibly yes and no. Whatever comes with it comes with it. But we need it in order to move forward and you know what I mean? To progress. I'm not saying, you know what I mean? I'm not talking down on our people. Does that make sense? So that's the battle that's happening right now.
And it's going to continue happening for a minute.
But the old heads are slowly, but even the old heads, they're grooming the young folks back home to think the same way. And we see them on social media every day right now. And the fact that it's like, I've heard someone that literally lives in Australia that said, I don't care about education. Mind you, he's not educated. Education is nonsense to me. Mind you, he lives in Australia. Junubi. This man is in Australia. Gosh, you know? Got my father. Got education is nonsense. He just wants a wife to have kids. He wants someone to come home to and not talk. He just wants basically to reproduce.
That's the women fetish he's looking for.
But here's the thing.
At this point, it's a fetish. It's crazy to say that.
It is a fetish because it's like, okay, here's the thing. You're so worried about your control over the woman, but you're not thinking about your own future, right? About your kids. Because if you are planning reproducing, what kind of world are you? What kind of standards are you setting your kids? And your kids will suffer and be left behind in this generation. Does that make sense? They're not even thinking about that.
The Jalaba has changed their view about education because they saw that the women who are educated, they teach the boys really well. Like, oh my God, we need to get them educated. They changed it. So now, we need them to get educated so they can teach the kids, but they don't want them to work. That's what became now.
But the only people will suffer. Yes, as much as you don't even have to care about the woman, right? But here's the thing: as much as you don't care about the woman, that's fine. But here's the thing: those kids that you will be, birthing, you're reproducing. Guess what? They have to live in this society, right? And they have to become productive members. And you are literally setting your kids up for failure. And when your kids suffer, you have failed your kids. You're already setting you have already set up your kids for failure. And that's the legacy. Talking about I have just for you to beat your chest, because due to your culture views and your whatever nonsense, you're beating your chest as a man. But you literally set up your kids for failure because your kids will not survive with that mentality. Imagine the household they have to grow up in because they have a man that's thinks the way you do as a father. So where are you leading them? You're leading them to the bottom of the barrel. You see what I mean? So it's like you guys don't, not you guys, but like people don't think about that. Men that have that mentality. And when I hear them talk about this in TikTok, it's like, and then you turn around and it's like, oh my gosh, black men, black kids, Africans, we're suffering. It's like, really?
Yeah, that's what happened. No, we had a really. I wish I could have invited you to that Twitter live. We had a Twitter live 2 days ago about feminism in South Sudan. We had a very interesting conversation, and let me tell you what happened at the end of that conversation. They discovered that the men that go back to remarry a woman in South Sudan, most of them have failed in the diaspora. They failed completely. So no woman in the diaspora would ever want them. So they decided to go and use the fact that they're in the diaspora to fool the people that are back home so that they can get married. Isn't that sad? That's a discovery that we found out, and then we started.
Yes.
That's the discovery we found out. We started looking, and they said that there's many cases after they go to the diaspora, the women catch on, but it's too late. They already have a child with them. They already went there because they went there to back with them to diaspora, and they're living a tough life.
But you know me. So thank you for saying this because usually when you catch them, it's usually those that are talking down on the diaspora, right? And it's like you already failed. So when you go back and run, you're gonna get exposed. And then also too, if you had the opportunity to come here and you could have made something of yourself, right? And by the way, this is what I don't understand, Janubi. If you have real men, you have people back home who are literally stepping up and making nothing, nothing, like literally you know what I mean, making things work from nothing, right? Stepping up and providing with nothing, giving to them, and you have it's more lenient here, right? Because let's be honest, you can't really. There's a lot of resources here to begin with, right? In the diaspora, as they like to say, there's a lot of resources, many resources compared. So the fact that if you're struggling here as a man, you're like, oh, because I'm black, I'm just whatever. I don't know, whatever excuse they come up with, right? You're deliberately choosing to hinder yourself for whatever reason, and you don't realize that there's people that are literally willing to, you know, unalive to be in your position where you're at right now, and you didn't take advantage of it. And then you go back home, pretend and utilize the fact that you came from the diaspora as advantage to take advantage of other people back home. So what does that tell you? What does that say about you as a person?
Crazy. But it happens all the time. And then you know what happens in the diaspora? They back home. They ask, why don't you take any of our the daughters in the over there? No, no, kula sharamit.
Yeah, they're brainwashed. They're brainwashed. And that's a good. And by the way, and then come to find out, you're the one you're probably homeless here. You're a bum. You couldn't even. Half of them, let's be honest, half of them don't even have a high school diploma. High school,
and
high school diploma was whipping their butt. I said, girl, huh? My name is such and such. They can't even enunciate that, huh?
the funny thing about it is what I discovered was also shocking is that not only they failed in education and they failed in anything. So
Yes.
and then they go on and have the stuff right now. This latest one of what's it called that happened, where this guy is going from Australia. I put a post about that. That guy is a DJ.
Yeah, no, no, yeah, no. Yeah. But the thing is, too, a lot of them, they work in factories, um, construction, which is fine. I'm not knocking anybody down. A job is a job, right? But here's the thing: you're saving money. You're utilizing that currency and your status as coming from someone from from the states, right, or from the diaspora, to make yourself seem like you're someone you're not. When in reality, you failed. And then when you do bring that girl out here, that woman out here, she figures you out and she suffers. But by then it's already too late. So who's the loser here? You. And these men need to be exposed.
Technically, not you. It's her because she can't get out of it. She's trapped.
Yeah, but you know what's so crazy? I would say this. I've seen it happen here as well. There's some lost boys here in the States that I would say this. I'm not knocking Lost Boys because actually, one thing about Lost Boys, they have a very knit tight. Let me stop because I'm not even going to disrespect them like that. It's not Lost Boys. It's actually these uncles that are married. The Lost Boys have a knit tight community, and they come here, because you know what Lost Boys are, right? Like who Lost Boys are?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So when they do henna, like when they come here and stuff, they have their own community. They're very knit tight. They work their butts off, and these men are grinders. Like they're not bumps, But they have the mentality. They go back home and get married. They bring their wives here. Now, one thing I noticed is that some women that they do bring here, depending, because with them, not gonna lie to you, some of the women they bring here, just given who they are, because the men is always at work and like they're just providing the lifestyle, right? Like they're hardworking men. This is the only time that I actually agree with marrying back home. Is when the Lost Boys, because those Lost Boys are very in tune, like they're locked in. Now these uncles who are married and came out here and anyways migrate here is a different story. Um, the women that they choose to bring here, sometimes Junubi, they betray them, and I've seen that. I've seen that happen in the community here. Um, like bumshi bed, mush, baras, mara,
Yeah.
and she will come, and she's seeing how good she's living and he's providing. She'll end up cheating on him, or leaving him, or just playing games, like she takes advantage of him, basically.
But
That's the only case I will agree with that.
there's an age difference, though. Think about that.
Mhm.
There's an age difference usually.
Exactly. There's exactly that's another part too. Yeah. So, and that's why a lot of men don't understand. And I think on the panel, people don't understand. Like a lot of men think that just because you have money, you can just go marry young. Yes, you can marry young, but the thing is, the younger will use you because for your resources. Do you think she loves you? Heck no. And that's something that's realistically, it's just we need to discuss this as well. Not it's been so normalized in our culture that it's becoming both ways, and then they come, like they're so resentful. Like men are so resentful. Like, oh, you know, women are don't say women, not all women, but
Yeah.
it's your choice. But what did you expect though? You're literally 40 years old. You went and married a 20-year-old. She hasn't even started her life yet. You think she's gonna take you serious? Come on now. It's common sense.
You made your bed with that one. Hey, yeah, yeah.
But it's the truth though, Janubi, and vice versa. There's some of these aunties as well. Like they're out here dating young men, right? Like literally just for whatever it is. To me, it's weird as hell. But it's like, how desperate do you have to be to date a young, like someone that's younger than that could be your son? Like your son's age. What are you doing? You know what I mean?
Uh, yeah, I know. But you know what I found out? 'Cause I started. There's a psychological thing class I took. They point out that the reason why a lot of these things happen is like when people grow up, their body may have aged, but in their mind, they have the mind of a child. So they don't, even though they're very old, they forget that they're old.
Yeah, it's the age they peaked, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever age they peaked. So some people in their mind they think they're still 20. Some people are still 19. Some people are 25. So whatever age they peaked, that's truly in their mind. That's what, and it's so crazy. Like again, psychologically speaking, like took me a while to realize. I'm like, wow, that's just how people. I used to wonder like why would people do that until I obviously went to school and stuff like that with psychology and stuff, and I was like, oh, it makes sense. But again, this is why in order for us to snap them out of it, it's very crucial to articulate that. So, because again, the verbal sense, like when you enunciate, when you vocalize it, it triggers the mind. Because it's auditory, right? So when it's voiced in the community, they're constantly hear it. It's gonna basically ignite something in the brain for them to snap back. Does that make sense? But our community, they're not called out about it enough. Does that make sense?
I think that not call that enough, not call that at all. Pretty much, it's
And that's the problem. So they think it's okay because mentally
there's something
they're
weird.
stagnant.
I don't know what it is, but I point out something that I said before in Twitter. How come, like, if someone is from the, let's say, millennial kind of generation,
Mm-hmm.
Z, they do something like from back home, they're called out. But the older one, the Gen X, the older people, no one will ever say anything. And includes also the aunties of their peer group, they will not say anything. And it gets pushed fully under culture. And I was said like, how come when this millennial person did it was wrong, but when this person does it, you guys don't say anything. No one wants to talk about it, but they're afraid to confront the Gen X's. I think it's maybe partially because their parents could get involved and cuss them out. Don't talk about your uncle, but yeah, but I think it should be what's it called, called out Doesn't matter who it is.
Yep. Yeah.
But that's
And with and sometimes too, I'm not making excuses for them. Gen X. So I want to say like what, like some of our parents are boomers, some of our parents are Gen X, right? And they were raised for those that have boomer parents, because some people do have boomer parents, right? Some have Gen X. Like my parents are Gen X, right? Some people do have boomers, but boomers were also raised by what is it? Generation Silent? Is that what they're called?
silent generation. I think maybe I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Generation, yeah, Silent Generation, and how they conducted themselves and what. So what I realized is like a lot of trauma was passed down from generation to generation, right? And I truly believe this, right? And I can speak for Generation X because my parents are Gen X, right? And just like my parents, like just how understanding they were and stuff. And even my parents, like even my grandparents being, boomers. I think maybe I'm just able to like speak freely, just maybe my bloodline. I don't know. My grandparents, like they were very strict, but they were very educated and very understanding. They didn't play any games, by the way. You know, they demanded respect.
Hmm.
They spoke their mind, and it was cutthroat. But also, too, they didn't. You know what I mean? They weren't ignorant. If that makes sense.
Hmm.
So the whole dowry nonsense. Um, when I said nonsense, like none of my aunties, they did not compromise any of my aunties, my mother, anybody, for the sake. Like they weren't desperate for dowry. Like they weren't desperate. That makes sense. So they were able to call their own shots, and they were very, very, very big on education. Education was something that was pushed between the boys and girls. Like my mom went to school, private school, same way my uncles did. It was equal opportunities when it comes to women and men, um, in the household, because that's literally what their future. And also too, farming was something like just basic life stuff. You know what I mean? You would think, right? So like progression. So my grandparents were very progressive on both ends, especially on my mom's side, very progressive. And I think that's where my parents got it from, and that's where you know I don't like to say I'm not a liberal per se, but like I do share like liberal ideologies. Does that make sense to a certain extent?
Yeah.
Yeah, but when it's all said and done, it just comes down to the ability to just choose right from wrong and stand up for what's right when it's all said and done. It doesn't matter. You don't even have. It doesn't even have to affect you. You know what I mean? When I said you know, I'm talking about like in general, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to affect you. But if you're able to stand up for someone, you don't have to know that person. But if you know that person, something is happening to them, and you know it's wrong, you speak up. Simple as that.
Mm.
And I think that's something that we lack. It's just, especially being a woman. Even with me, sometimes, like I remember my mom used to tell me, like, "Oh, you're very outspoken. Just keep it, tone it down a bit." And then, but she also encourages me to speak my mind. I'm like, what would you like me to do? Because I can't do both, you know, because she's very big on culture, but she's like, I respect you for being you. So it's like, all right, well, I can't sugarcoat it. What, you want me to be myself, or you want me to pretend to be someone else? You know? And she told me, I commend you for being you. Follow your heart and speak your mind. Because no matter what in this world, the only thing you have will always be your integrity and your voice. That's all. And my dad always told me the same thing as well. So I was like, okay. So you kind of move, and I feel like a lot of it starts at home. So when it starts at home, it's what kind of, and it goes back to, again, our nation. Education is very important. So when you bring that up, imagine young girls right now, be young boys, right? Education. Imagine if they were educated, how far we would come.
far as hell. Yeah, I agree.
But people are actually fighting against it. Can you imagine right now? Like there's people on TikTok that is like, oh, education is nonsense. I don't care. I don't care about your education.
No,
Yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time
most
on kids being educated. Like what?
of them are failures, to be honest. That's the truth. If you dig
But
into
they're
it.
projecting and they're misleading the youth, Junubi.
Let me say something weird. We were on a TikTok live, right? Not Twitter live, and then we were talking about Egypt, and then one of the guys he's telling us he's doing mining in Egypt, everything, and he said that the certificate in Egypt is useless. The education, don't study in Egypt. You're wasting your time. I know people who graduate, they're doing nothing. Don't do that. And then they're on at the same time. There's a guy who is also from Egypt. He's a fresh graduate. He's a doctor, fresh graduate, and what's it called? He's already started working his internship in a hospital. And then I asked, I said, you know what? Before I say anything, so I don't know anything about Egypt. I mean, yeah, look, we have somebody else from Egypt. Let's go and ask them. And the guy just told me, sir, with all due respect, just because you left education, do not go and talk about other people like that. And then he said, and then he told me, he told me straight away, Janubi Santino, this guy, all the time, not this guy, several Janubin who are working in the mines, they didn't want to study. They all attack anybody who graduates. I don't know what's up with that, but it's a thing in Egypt. He told me that, and I was surprised. Like, damn, it's a thing. Yep, it's a thing. They failed, so they want to attack anyone else who's successful. That's all it is. So there's nothing wrong with education in Egypt. There's nothing wrong with education. Is education anywhere. Very said.
Yeah, education is education anywhere. It doesn't matter. You can be educated in the village and you're still educated. You know, and that's something to be proud of, because education. When I say education, it's literally the concept of it, right? And that should be encouraged, because it's meant to. It's not a piece of paper, by the way. People think when people say, "Oh, I'm educated," it's beyond a piece of paper. It's beyond a diploma. It's beyond a degree. It's the expansion in the knowledge of such.
No, it's actually the ability to complete something. That's what most people don't understand. Like I was thinking that the people are hiring you because you finished, you have a degree and everything, but most of it is what's it called? The ability to complete something. Most people don't understand that. That's what I was hearing from some of the people in the corporations. They said like this person who didn't graduate cannot complete anything. So we have tasks, they'll never finish anything. Why would we hire?
Yeah, yeah. And generally, you know, it's funny. And actually, I have a cousin. I have a cousin, and then like it took us a while, right? Because we've always wondered, me and my other cousins, we've always wondered why he would harass us, right? He would always talk down on us, like, "Oh, you guys think you guys are all that? You guys da, 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 da." Come find out, you know, he never graduated from high school. He doesn't even have a diploma. And I'm not talking crap. I kid you not.
So
And he went and married. It's funny how life works. He went and married an educated girl, and he resents her, but he used her just for the title of it. The thing.
uh,
And anyways, and let me stop. Anyways, it's funny how people are just. But you know, so crazy. It's not that he didn't want to. He just couldn't complete. He couldn't graduate. He just, so bleed.
no, but
And it
believe
started making sense to me. And I was like, oh wow.
why he's attacking y'all.
Because so here's the thing. He would always accuse us of like, oh, you guys think you guys are so much better than everybody else. Like how we would, because we're all cousins. We're literally family members. Like we're cousins, right? So we would meet at like, we were around each other, family events, barbecues, stuff like that, right? Graduations, hang out.
Mhm.
He would always say, you know, and he would literally accuse, especially like me and my two other cousins, like three of us, right? He would say, "Oh, you guys," and it was all the girls, and he was like, "Oh, you guys are so like how I got washed. And you guys are articulate. You guys think are better than Just I think he was. Now that I look back, I'm like he was projecting, and I never understood why. To me, so my other two cousins, he's older than me, right? And One of them is older than all of us, right? And then the other one is actually younger than me. So him, to me, I actually used to look up to him because he was someone like he was very in tune with like like with the culture, quote unquote, right?
Yeah.
He was very cultured. So I would come to him, pick his brain, and you know what I mean? And he would just, I don't know, it was just weird. And looking back, it took us a while, right? For it finally to click. And when he got married, that's when he got exposed. Because when he got married, it just exposed everything else. And come and find out, Zola Amagdama, well, he can't even write.
Oh my
Spell a simple sentence. And this is my cousin, by the way, my blood. Crazy. And I was like, oh, it makes sense now. So it wasn't even like the fact that he was judging it. I think he was just projecting his own insecurities onto us.
Food came out crazy. Wow, that's too bad.
Well, I see you know me, and it was so sad because my heart. And you know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy?
Yeah.
He married into a wood. You know a wood people, right? They don't play.
They're not gonna take that.
Now when he went there, right, and we did the whole wedding and stuff. I tell her again, I was like, Yin mo yagar. You went to a will. But then, just know it's you. I tell you what, we're educated over here. Hey, Yin. So when she gets mad at you, well, bleed. Just know you're the bleed. I tell you what, don't say I got. No, he needs to hear it.
Um,
But it's the truth. It's the truth, Junobi. So it's like sometimes insecurities. That's why when I hear people like
did you ever confront?
Excel and stuff,
Did you
they
ever?
remind me of him.
Did you ever confront him, or you never confronted him?
Oh no, I did. What do you mean? You know me. I tell again. No, can get a jump. I told him. I told him. Cause what? Yeah, Junobi. When he could even spell Happy Valentine's Day, the way he misspelled, I was dying.
Uh, uh, uh,
And my brother was like, chill, chill, chill. You know me. I can't keep my mouth shut. My brother was like, relax, relax. I was like, now it makes sense. He harassed us. And this is my older cousin, by the way. My whole entire life, I wasted my time looking up to you because of culture, not that you were smarter. You jung. Satamtu. You can't even spell Valentine's Day. That's crazy.
how long have you been in the U.S.? His entire life?
What do you yeah. He didn't graduate, even high school.
No,
He
but
was he was too busy in the streets.
how long has
Trying to be somebody he's not.
how long was he in the U.S.? Has he been there for a minute?
25 years. That's plenty of time.
Um,
Because he's 30, what? Well, no, now, obviously. He's what, 33 now? So yeah, 25 years.
no excuses. Crazy.
Exactly. No excuses. Like what? Clown Fladdick.
He reminds me of the guys who come from climb the fence across the border and can't speak English. Reminds me of that. It's really weird. Mm.
And they wonder why,
What is
how
that?
I got to get mad at them. Because, like, you've been here for how long? You can't speak English? And at this point, you don't care. That's what it is. You don't care.
Oh, that's really wild, though.
Yeah. So I'm like, wow. I see. But it's okay. Yeah, until I will. That's his karma. He went to a will. Not his karma because he went to a will. His karma is she's educated and she will humble him, and his kids will be educated. So he was anti-education, Junkin, with thing.
I don't know, but I'm surprised someone actually decided to put up with him. That's impressive. Yeah.
Well, he's a very good-looking dude, and he finessed her as well. And he used the family name, and when she married him, she finally peeped his game. I was like, all right, cool. And no matter for Jabo hit her, she started peeping shit. And then by then, she was calling her mom and her parents. They said, nope, it's too late. They already paid the cows.
Oh, she wanted out. She actually
It's
wanted
not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. And by the way, don't post this.
Till now, I kid you not, I posted 0 lives.
No, no, but I know. But I'm just saying. I mean, it's there being recorded. You can say keep it for safety, but yeah, nah, it's Janubi. It was bad, bro. Like,
The funniest thing, you know, about a case like that, it's just I think there's karma somewhere. Karma in what you're saying, and also it's also more fact. The truth will always come out eventually.
yep, exactly, exactly. And because they were from different states, so he was able to act pretend like he was someone else, sending her money and stuff. So he pretended, he had different status, and like I said, he used the family name, right? But him himself, nothing. Mind haya. You see what I mean? And then I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I always wonder, like, you ain't got married, you can whatever, right? What do you think is gonna happen when you bring her here and you guys start a family? Like, how you know what I mean? You can pretend for so long. You know what I mean? Like you said, and the truth came out, and now they're struggling. She's struggling, and she's feeling resentful because I did not. Yes, that's the man you married.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Hmm.
So, and a lot of Sudanese, it's not just Sudanese men. I mean, well, Sudanese men, they're protected by the community, And I only say that because even again, just giving my cousin's story, it's people will be behind them, protect them, right? They know he's a bum, right? He can be a bum, and he will still be uplifted and supported. The thing is, can he hold his own house down? Can he support his wife and kids? And it's always that responsibility end up falling on the woman. You know what I mean?
I don't know something really weird about our culture. Respect is a big thing in the culture, but I feel like people who failed or people who are generally disrespectful to the community should not be respected.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of a lot, every day. And it's like you brought up to yourself though. You cannot be mad because who told you to do all that? You literally should have just sat your ass down, worked on yourself, and waited till the time was right so you could actually be proud. You cannot be, you cannot take pride in something that you didn't earn. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So, but when you say that out loud, Janubi, people want to jump you. Like, and I promise you, I would say that even if my brothers know. If anyone right now, well, one is already married, and he did that in his own way. Obviously, he had support, but he did it in terms of like he did it. You know what I mean? He had to show us that he can do it. Like if you just wake up one day, it's like, oh, I want a wife, I want kids, I want a family, and you're not showing that you can be responsible and handle your business. Why should we, support you? Make it make sense.
The thing I think is pretty sad in our community. If you have failed in life as a man, you can easily just go home and get married. It's crazy.
Thank you. A lot of people don't understand, but they expect to be leaders, right?
And,
Who are you leading? Where are you leading to? If you already failed, you are struggling yourself. You can't lead anybody anywhere else. You want to lead your wife and your kids to what? Destruction?
it's not, that's what I'm saying. The way our community is, you could have failed in life. You could be selling mukhadarat, biggest criminal in that part of the diaspora. You can still go home and get married easy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what they. I don't think right now. I feel like with the young generation, Gen Z, they're waking up right now. They're not going for that. They're learning to have their voice and find their voice. So, shout out to them. Um, and these people are, finding out the hard way.
But it's pretty. It is disturbing when you hear when I say it like that. Everyone like, what are you talking about? That sounds messed up. That's pretty
Yeah,
true.
like you're encouraging nonsense. Kalam farik.
You're insulting our culture. But I said that. Name the worst Janubi, the one that's the biggest loser, or name the one who's the biggest criminal in the diaspora. You say name that man that you mentioned. That man can go home and get married.
But I look at it as what if you listen, as a man, if you want to reproduce, You have that right, right? No one will stop you. Thing is, if you as a man are able, let's say you have like the ones that have baby mamas, right, and they go back home and remarry. If you're actually handling your business as a man, meaning taking care of your kids, right, handling your priorities, no one will blame you for going back home and wanting to marry because you're looking for a wife, right? No one will blame you. But if you're not, if you are just popping kids out, you're just impregnating a woman, you're not taking care of your kids, your responsibilities, and then you think you have the audacity to go back home and marry, you're gonna turn girl, that woman, into someone else as well, a baby mom as well, because that's all she did. Just because you marry and pay some cows, you're still ruining somebody's. Because you're not responsible. You already show you're not responsible. I feel like responsibility should come with they need to earn. You know them little stickers we used to have back in school. Bring them back.
You know, the thing what I meant, I never talk about reproducing. Reproducing, that's a different topic. That's easy. But I'm saying because marriage actually it's supposed to hold a lot of honor because it's supposed to be something earned. Supposed to learn a whole lot of honor. It's supposed to mean something big, right? Reproducing, anybody can reproduce.
You know, reproducing. No, reproducing is something because you're bringing kids in this world. You're creating broken like generations. That makes sense.
That makes sense, but I'm just saying people who are not supposed to reproduce every day. That thing is too hard to tackle. But I'm just saying,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
in terms of our what's it called? In terms of our society, the fact that somebody can go because right now our marriage. Think about it, we're feeding hundreds of cows. That means huge honor and everything. So those people who have really failed badly should not get that honor. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true. And they're not even upholding their vows within the marriage to begin with. So it's like, how you get mad? Honestly, just honest. If it was up to me, if I was a judge like of this society, I would just shut it down completely, pause it, and hit the restart button. Let's try again. That's just my opinion.
That's what it is.
Yeah. But I mean, all jokes aside, well, it's not really jokes, but I think Janubi as well. The fact that with every generation we have our challenge. Every generation has its challenges, right? So as much as we think nothing is going on, um, our grandparents they did what they did. Our great grandparents, our grandparents, our parents, we're doing our part. So it's just every generation comes with them, but like it's like at what point do we. We'll see. But there's a lot of stuff that needs to be undone in this culture. Our culture is corrupt to a certain extent. To a certain extent, before people come yell at me and jump me, our culture is corrupt to a certain extent. And every culture has its flaws, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying I can only speak on our culture in terms of what's happening. That mentality wise, not culture in terms of the existence of it. Culture in terms of mentality. A lot of stuff that, and again, like I said, education. It starts with education. Educating young boys and young girls. Let's start there. And everything else, I feel like everything else will just fall through. Because if more kids are educated, they're able to expand their horizon and their mentality will change. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it's hard to say in some ways, but I think what's it called in general, most people I think will I think eventually people will catch on what's happening, and they'll make some what's it called guardrails like okay, if you want to do this, you need to do this, do this, do this, do this, and everything. I don't know. I think that we should have something where maybe example. All right, if you want to marry my daughter, you're in Australia. Bring we need somebody from there to go investigate your job, and we need you to bring a background check. We need like two, three witnesses from that community, man from that community, another woman from another community, and they should make like a guardrail. I don't know why we have not done that yet, but I think eventually that should happen. And then a lot of marriages will be stopped. I'm
I
telling
agree. Yes, background checks, especially for those who, yes, background checks need to be something. Because people are like, oh, you just the word, right? The word of mouth. Oh, I come from this family. He just or she can no background checks for you as an individual. Who are you? What do you represent? What are you? Just the full on because it's needed. It's needed.
you.
I agree.
I
Talang
think
fire.
I think the reason why they have not done it is a lot of people would be embarrassed. That's why they wouldn't. And the thing, if they had that as well, had those guardrails, a lot of people would never think about going. Oh, let's go Katir. We don't want to go back. But now, since they know that's not there, that's why they do it.
Yeah. So background checks, all that will stop the FODA because that's what it is. People will do FODA and hide behind culture, and then when you call it out, they hide. Like, oh, how dare you offend the culture? It's not culture. You're embarrassing the culture because Yin Chinpo, Yin Jung, you want to hide behind the culture.
I think B the issue that's happening. A lot of people don't want to talk about. The only people who ever dare to call out that BS is usually women. And that's why women are dragged. How dare you say that? Other women, a lot of guys will never call that out. I don't know why, but
Some men will, but they know what comes with it. And yeah, it's very minimized. But yes, it's women. But even women, women are told to be quiet by the older generation. By the way, because they're like, and you know what they say? They never say you're wrong. You know what they say? You know me?
what?
And they always say, "That's good." Not because you're wrong, because mata jeep for mata jeep, like embarrassment.
Yeah.
That's good. So it's not like be quiet because you're embarrassing us. Be quiet, or you're not like because you're wrong. Be quiet. Be quiet because you're embarrassing, not because you're wrong. Basically, and it's like you're so concerned about being embarrassed instead of literally fighting for something that's justified. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But again, they've been brainwashed as well, and the men, the society, men know this. In our culture, men know this. That's why they weaponize it as a tool. They weaponize it. They know it's gonna benefit them when it's all said and done. And I know right now, those who are listening, whatever. Anyways, I have brothers. I don't care. My family, like I said, I'm good. Anywho,
No, yeah.
um,
You know, for
people tend to. Hmm?
for me, I already posted that thing about my opinion about it. I thought a lot of people comfort, but no one is there to say anything because I think the
People are quiet right now. They're quiet right now. Especially the ones that be yapping every day. It's crazy. But
the thing about it, I was hearing from others, and Facebook, it's a freaking circus, right? But the reason why I think a lot of people are not saying anything because they know it's wrong, and if they say something, they look like they condone it, so they can't say anything.
yes. So there's that fear. There's that fear. And they say sometimes silence is supportness as well. You do realize that, right?
And yeah, silence is supporting us, but at least they didn't say anything. If to be honest, the ones who supported, they liked the video. Some of them commented. I was like surprised. I thought I'd get no comments on this thing. Like, yee. But the funny, like I had two or three people come alive. Really, we're not gonna talk about it. I'm related. I'm related. Come on. I said, all right. And I said, you're related? Yep. Cousin. That's my cousin. What's your opinion? I don't know much about it. I can't talk about it. It's my cousin.
No, that's fair. And you can't really, as long as they're able to vocalize that, it's fine. You know what I mean? And you got to give them credit for that as well. Because they didn't have to say anything.
I think I'm glad they said it's a cousin, so they can show that even them talking about it could be biased. It makes sense.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It could be biased if they talk about it. That's why I was like looking at
Our
them.
people are waking up. We slow. They're waking up, but they're waking up. When you're slowly like, it's like they're not even waking up. They're crawling out the bed in a slow motion. It's crazy, but it's like, come on, y'all, let's get it together.
Get it together and get it together quick.
Well, you can't. I mean, galing English, you know, you cannot rush them. But Jesus Christ,
Mm.
I said it right now. You know what they're upset about our generation.
What?
Um, about how we're not getting the number marriage percentage went down with our generation.
Yeah, that's true actually.
They're
But
crying about it right now.
but you have to admit it is true.
No, I'm not. I know it is true, but here's the thing. The thing is, you knew they're crying about it, but instead of asking this, why is that happening? They're just crying about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, why don't
Like
you?
if they were actually sensible people, every community, right, will sit our generation down, like Gen X, like our parents will sit us down, our uncles and aunties, right, and say, "Hey guys, what's going on? What's happening within your generation for you guys to feel this way?" Right? But no one's willing to even talk to us about it. They just are just complaining and try to reinforce the culture on us, and they're being met with resistance.
So what do you think it is? You think the men are turned off? Or you think the women are turned off?
I don't even think it's a turnoff situation. I think it's just, I think both men and women are just fed up due to, especially our generation, due to what we saw with our, like, the previous generation. And when I say that, it doesn't matter. You can come up, like, you can be raised in such a perfect home, like with mom and dad and whatever, right? But our generation, being raised by our parents' generation, and like in our culture in general, I think our generation is meant to shift. We are the generation of shiftment, right? So that barrier, not the barrier, but like, yeah, we're breaking the barrier between our parents' generation, us, and Gen Z. Millennials have set the tone for Gen Z. Does that
Mm.
make sense?
Okay, found it. Yeah.
So because someone got to do it, um, marriage is something that was respected, and we, honestly, to be honest, a lot of us looked up, like, growing up, the idea of marriage was something that was like a fantasy, right? And think about it, like the 90s babies and stuff, it was something that was sold to us, right? TV shows and stuff like that, movies and stuff, romance, right?
Mhm.
But then we got older and realized it was just nothing but bullcrap in terms of reality, just the shiftment of it.
Mm.
So it's like something has to give, and we're willing to do the work for it to shift the reality, like not shift reality, but like to bring it into reality. Does that make sense?
Mm.
So we millennials, we pass it down to Gen Z right now, and they're dealing with it. And so I think we won't even see the results until Gen Alpha gets married, because Gen Z, well, younger Gen Z maybe, yes, but it'll probably be Gen Alpha. Younger Gen Z, yes. But right now it's like, I think we're so focused on, you know, um fighting against social norms that, the conditions that were put in place. If that makes sense.
Okay.
I don't know. That's just my opinion. And I'm seeing that around. And that's not even just a Western thing. I'm seeing it all across, like, globally, basically.
Mm. So you don't think we're gonna see a difference until Gen Alpha comes through with it?
Well, younger Gen Z and Gen Alpha. So younger Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Because I feel like we are the sacrifice generation of, like, having to undo the boomer mentality, Gen X mentality. And honestly, if you really take it back, the silent generation as well, because silent generation is the one that set the tone for them. Whatever was passed down, we're the ones that millennials are the ones that genuinely undoing everything for the modern. Like, we are the one that's setting the tone for the modern mentality. Does that make sense? Like, we are the only generation right now that's technically represent moderation. Like we're the modern generation, truly the actual definition of modern generation. So we are dealing with our own issues while trying to be a lifeline for the older generation and the younger generation. That makes sense. And also trying to exist within ourselves as well.
I see.
So even see like right now, like those of us who are parents, like our from our generation, right? Because you do realize millennials are raising some of younger alphas and Gen Z
Mm.
and beta now. I guess a new generation is by millennials.
Beta are born recent. That's the newest one, right?
Yeah, 2025.
Crazy.
Yeah, do you see what I mean? So it's like there's a lot going on all at once.
Mm.
And even it's like, oh, it's funny how you hear the old generations like, oh, we had like what 2 houses at your age or whatever, right? It's like everything was so cheap at the time. What do you mean?
It's kind of weird. I was watching. I don't know if you've seen these TikToks showing people who were. How do I explain it? The people who are actors from now and before, from before until now. You seen that before? Maybe, like it shows them.
Back Sorry.
Have you seen these like actors through the years TikTok videos?
Mm.
You know what I'm talking about. There's a TikTok where
No, I don't. Sorry.
there's a TikTok video that shows like actors through the years. It shows the actor when they were a kid, and it shows them when they're old and now.
Oh yeah. Those videos that that the evolution of the actors. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching the and also showing also the actors from before and the actors from before and till now. Like I was watching. I don't know if a show if that show came up when you were watching TV. Have you ever heard of this really old show called Alf?
Mm-mm.
ALF.
Mm-mm.
Used to come on the I don't know. I think it was TV Land or whatever, or Turner Classic TV shows. I don't know. But anyway, that TV show, I was watching it. I saw it. It was like a puppet that's alive, and then it has you're talking to an old man. I think it was a comedy even. Now it showed that show, and I was surprised. Everybody in that show is unalived. Every single buddy. I think last person that got alive was 2021, 2022.
Jesus.
So I think,
They're that old, huh?
yeah. So I'm thinking eventually TikTok's gonna be showing TV shows that, like I think you saw Friends, or you didn't really watch Friends.
Of course. What I ran it back a couple times. What that used to be one of my favorite shows.
Yeah. For me, Friends, you either like it or you didn't. Friends,
Yeah.
I think we already watched now. Friends, Matthew Perry is gone, and some of
Yeah.
the Friends actors are pretty old. They're like late 50s, right?
Yep.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so I think we might reach the stage where we're gonna see TV shows that we knew from way back when. Everyone is showing them then before, and all of them unalived. So it's kind of hard to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. We are reaching that point now.
I was even seeing. I don't think I really watched the first Rocky movie. I watched maybe Rocky number four. It's showing that all the actors in the Rocky movie, everyone pretty much unalive except Sylvester Stallone.
Janubi, a lot of what was it the other day? I stopped at my mom's business and stuff, right? And I was like asking like the younger kids, like, the preschool age, right? And I was asking like just like a song about Dora the Explorer and author and stuff. And mind you, obviously they don't know, but even Gen Alpha, like the 8 years old, like my little cousins, 8, and they have no clue. I was like, I can't really blame them. It's crazy. I'm like, yeah, we're getting old.
I never watched an episode of Dora the Explorer ever. Never watched it.
Huh?
I never watched an episode of Dora the Explorer.
Really?
Nope. I think my sisters did. Just what happened, I saw it on. I think I just could never,
Janubi.
but I could never sit and watch it. But I know the character. I saw the
Yeah.
animation, and in hindsight, I could do the animation.
At least you know about it though.
Yeah,
So
it's too famous. It's all over YouTube.
yeah.
Even
You know,
even
I heard they try to do it. I don't know why. They're like literally unaliving our old fantasies, like our old childhood, basically.
they made a live
You
action.
know how they're just, huh?
They made a live action movie. You know that?
Yeah, that's what I was getting at, and I literally when I saw that I just turned it off. I'm like, why?
Yeah, I never watched it.
Me neither. It just no, it made me upset because like, what are we doing?
No, but
Like you're ruining it.
they're smart. And let me explain why.
Mm-hmm.
So you grew up on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Now they put the live action. You're most likely to go and watch it. That's what Disney's doing. We like when I grew up, I saw Aladdin movie. Now Aladdin is live action. Let's go watch it. When I was small, I watched The Lion King. Now Lion King is a movie. And then there's also people who are watching Lion Guard as well.
But Genovese, it just ruined it. It ruined it.
Um, it ruined it for you, but some people actually go and pay good money to go watch it.
That's true.
The funny thing that I was surprised, apparently Disney spent a lot of money on making live action for Snow White. I heard it bombed the box office, and that was
Huh?
yeah. The Snow White. You don't even know this Snow White live action, do you?
Snow White live action? No.
There is. It failed.
When did that come out? What?
I don't even know. I think but it bombed the box office, and I did some research about it. I was shocked to know Snow White is the first Disney animated movie ever made. I did not know that. I was like, shit, Snow White's that old. Damn.
That's crazy. I would have never guessed that because
You know how crazy that is. Snow White is the first animated Disney movie ever. And when it came out, it was actually in cinema. The Disney animated movie. It cost them a fortune, but it came back. Let me tell you how crazy it is. Have you seen the Cinderella Disney movie, the animated one?
of course, yeah, yeah.
Everyone has seen it, right?
Hmm.
You know how old it is?
Um, I don't know, but I just know that when I was young, I was watching it because it was right there.
You
So,
know how old it is? Your jaw may drop.
how old is it?
1950.
What?
I'm telling you. The
So
original,
they just kept updating it, like recycling, or
I think 1950 Cinderella. I think maybe check.
crazy 1950s. Like that's literally a few years after the World War.
Yeah,
What?
it was like at the time because they told
That's
me.
older than my parents.
I know. Do you know that what's it called? Most of the cartoons were originally made for propaganda. You know that
Yeah, yeah, that part I know. Yeah,
cartoons were it's originally made for propaganda. It seems like
yeah. They were meant to arise emotions out of propaganda. So arise.
that's why they were using World War II. Snow
Mhm.
White. I'm gonna go to Snow White. The first Disney movie was older than 1950. 1937. Crazy.
Wow, I would have never. I what?
That's the thing. There's so many classics that just get pushed from generation to generation. You never know. That's why even I was telling people, like, Bob Marley song "One Love." You know how old that is?
I reckon it's a lot older because when I did realize this with songs, especially music, right? Because obviously music are sample, and it took me a while to realize this. But when I finally did, like even like Bonnie Ray, um, I used to, there's a song by Tank. It took me a while, but it literally took this one particular song for me to click. I can't make you love. I can't make you love me by Tank.
Yeah,
Here I am thinking Tank sang it, right? It was his song.
yeah.
Come to find out, guess who sang it?
Who?
Bonnie Ray.
Ah,
Do you know that song?
I think so. It's been a while since I've heard it though.
Yeah, it's a throwback. But then I guess I just went to a deep hole and whatever, right? Um, and then a lot of it too, like, and someone was telling me because I like to surround myself with like older people at that time, just like again, like I said, older cousins, aunties, uncles, people with history, or just resource teachers and stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
So I go where I can gain information, and yeah, they were just giving history and stuff, and I was like, oh wow, okay.
Okay. Can you guess about Bob Marley? You'll be surprised how old. Like one love, one life. Yes. Yeah. Gonna be alright. That song you've heard it before.
I have, but I can. How old is I? Couldn't tell you.
Yes. Just make a guess. You'll be shocked.
I would say 50s, in the 50s.
Not that old. 1965.
Six, huh?
65.
55?
65. 60.
Oh, 65. Huh. That's still old. That's crazy.
Yeah. Because when I
And
hear
the-
it, I feel like I heard it yesterday.
yeah, I was gonna say, like when I hear it, it's still fresh, and even back in like when middle school and high school, it was still fresh. That's crazy.
When I hear it, I can think about it. It's something 2000. Someone didn't make me think.
That's a legendary song. Boy. Huh.
Like how old? That's how old is. Because it just shows how animated movies and what's it called shows can travel from time to time. So that was pretty impressive.
Life is a full
I was
cycle.
even talking to my brother before.
Mm.
One of my father's favorite animated Disney movies that he made us watch.
Mm.
Uh, um, Several times was Jungle Book.
A what?
The Jungle Book.
Jungle Book?
Yeah, yeah. And when I was hearing the Jungle Book, and my father told us that he watched it when he was young, and we're sitting like, we're like,
It's crazy.
we're like, what do you mean? And we started at first. I think that at that time we're imagining that our father used to be a kid. Couldn't understand that. And
It
then
hit you right, like he
yeah,
was a child at one point.
he wasn't born big and old like that. So
You know me?
then what happened was we realized that Jungle Book was made in the '60s, the first cartoon animated movie. The bare necessities and everything. But for me, a few of those Disney movies I need to go back and watch. I never saw Lady Next Time. Never saw it.
I may have to. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've actually learned a lot tonight. Thank you, Genovi. I feel like you're so full of a lot of like knowledge and resources.
No, I've been talking online for like 3 years. When you're talking online 3 years, you mix with a lot of minds. So that's what happened. And one of the things we were talking about was the movie animated. Because plus, I'm doing cartoons, so I got to learn about it and how they used to do things. I was surprised. I discovered Disney actually used to do roboscoping. That's why the animation was so well. Like if you've seen like in Cinderella when the prince is dancing with the princess, that dance in Cinderella they repeat that same dance motion for Cinderella. They repeat it also in what do you call it? Beauty and the Beast. Several things,
Hmm.
and I was shocked. And because they said back in the day they had no technology, so rotoscoping is the only way they could do things. But yeah,
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing.
that's what-
I believe that life is a full circle in terms of just
but to me, having this information inspires me. So uh, something that we do today looks like nothing, but if you do it and goes big on YouTube, it could actually
YouTube's crazy.
yeah, goes big on YouTube, then somebody several years later could actually appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, history is just a part of history, right? Because here's the thing. I think the way it looks at it, like the way I look at it, right? and I think the way it is to a certain extent. Again, this is just my opinion, right? Um, the way we perceive history, it's very subjective, right?
Mm.
Um, because if it's never recorded or foretold, apparently it never exists, right?
Right.
But that doesn't really take away from the existence of it. Does that make sense? Just because it's not told, it was never witnessed, doesn't mean it never happened. And I think that's where a lot of people, not people, but like history has cheated itself. But history is concrete as well. Um, and it will continue to repeat itself. It's just redundant. So even right now, like what you're doing right now with your anime, like your anime and stuff, in this very current moment, guess what? You're opening a doors for someone, and when you do blow up, right? There's a child somewhere, there's someone somewhere you know, that'll be influenced by your artwork. And, you know,
Yeah.
and guess what? One day we're like, oh, my influence, who influenced you? You know me. I remember I used to see him on lives, or I saw his YouTube. I came across his YouTube, or I came across his, whatever it may be, Twitter or Instagram, right? And so you never know. You never know, Genevieve.
Yeah, you never know. Like Manute Bull inspired Lol Ding, and
Yep.
they actually they're family friends. I was shocked to know that.
They are, yeah, they are.
And most people was called. I heard that Manute, you know what Lol Ding did? It was actually Manute Bull's vision. He wanted to do all that. It just his talent.
Yeah. And a lot, it's so crazy. That's why even with his son, he even, because Denver, like when he came out here and played for Denver as well, that pressure was people try to put that pressure on his son. But again, everyone has their own calling. You can't force something that's not meant to be. You know what I mean?
They tried to make his son do what Lol Ding's doing.
Yeah, because they want his son to be him. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't. Everyone has their own calling. Does that make sense?
I think it makes sense, but I can see why his son wouldn't have gone that direction because his father actually gave everything to SPLM, and I don't think he would really.
No. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about basketball. Like to keep it here, like because this happened here, and again, he's in a child of the diaspora. So that pressure was on him. Like, oh, you don't have, whatever. But again, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. It's like just because your father did this or your forefather doesn't mean that it's not your calling. That was their calling. Does that make sense?
B, I'm actually
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty good friends with the daughter, and when I heard the story, I was shocked. The full story in detail.
Which daughter? Whose daughter?
Manute, one of the
Oh,
daughters. I think there might be only one daughter. I don't know, but one of the daughters were pretty close
is it
friends.
the one in the one? Which one? The one in out here in Kansas, or?
I think yes, she probably went back. She was supposed to marry some dude. I don't think it worked out. I think she went back. But what's it called? She basically pointed out that so much went into the movement, and they didn't really like a lot of the empire that could have been made was not made because a lot was invested into the SPLM. That's what they were saying. Mm.
Oh, I'm not. I can't speak on the politics part. I would just speak on the basketball part.
No, I was just talking about something that happened. Yeah, the basketball part, I don't even know much about the basketball part. Actually,
Yeah, there was.
Carter, he has the highest, I think, what's called what's called wingspan. Like when
It was just a pressure. It was just a pressure because people just wanted him to be as good as his father, and that's again, he's his own man. He's his own person. So, but yeah, at the end,
Yep.
look it up.
nobody's
Yeah,
gonna
I'm on. And you?
Important.
Southside.
Yeah. You sound familiar, but there's no name.
It's B. It's B. I mean, I don't know. We met a couple of times on this panel. My name.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
B, why did you move the
Okay.
B? Why
I
did you
think we met the other time, and I don't
Uh-huh.
know.
Even on Nunu's live, come on.
On Nunu's live.
B, why,
I think one time, huh? Yeah.
why did you move the B? Put the B back.
I moved the B because too much stuff going on now. I don't remember that. I'm not like,
Okay.
I was surprised. I
but
didn't
yeah,
even notice the B is gone. I didn't even notice.
it's that.
Yeah.
But yeah, import.
Yeah, I'm Paul. Yeah.
Mm.
Hi, Janubi.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Yeah, good.
Mm.
You know, we signed peace agreement last time, and then you're gone.
Yeah, me.
No, Janubi on under his life. Yeah.
Peace agreement for what? I don't know. For me, I think what's it called? A lot of stuff. I used to do a lot of writing. I'm starting to enjoy just drawing. I don't need to interact. Don't need to talk as much. It's more. Another thing I was finding weird. Someone was telling me this, and I was shocked to hear this. They said that they told me I'm not supposed to bring people up. I'm supposed to say that. I said, but that's my voice. People, I'm supposed to talk to people in the comments. I'm supposed to do a content creator. I was like, you can't do it. It's a boring. So how are you saying? How's life? Are you still working a lot? Hope life is well.
You know, you sound muffled, by the way.
Yeah, I can't even hear anything.
I hope life is good. I hope all is well.
Yeah, all is well. Just busy as usual.
Doesn't that look funny?
Pardon?
Doesn't that look funny with the red hair? I'm finding red hair.
And I can. Who's that?
Uber driver.
Yeah.
Is it Uber or what is that called? It was in I think Juba work and
That's I think in Juba, but also is in Khartoum. It's called a Raksha.
okay, Raksha, yeah, that's the name.
I don't. I'm gonna find out. Maybe I'll ask the other guy. Where the hell did Raksha come from? Because all these names in Khartoum, they have a story.
And
Yeah.
do you know it has been there like for over 10 years?
It was more than 20.
Yeah. More. Yeah.
I think more than 10 because I saw this one like first time in Juba in a wheel like long time ago. And then I was like, okay. And then like they're not actually common in Juba compared to like other states.
No. Now it changed. Now, like last year I went, and Juba is full of them. It's a few.
Chol is saying it's originally from India.
Yeah, we know that. I know that. It's actually the original name is called Tuk Tuk.
Tuk Tuk, yeah.
But
I think I saw it.
My first time seeing it was back in Khartoum.
Yeah,
But
I think I saw it in those Indian movies.
But what actually happens is when they have a funny rule in Sudan, when somebody brings something, they get to name it.
Yeah.
So the one who brought Raksha named it, but I don't know why he called it Raksha.
I think because what?
The one who brings it gets to name it.
But it's like here. You know how when a team or somebody buys a stadium, they get to name it after if it's a business or a family name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like brand basically.
Mm.
Branding.
It makes sense.
Are you still in Juba?
No, I left. Zaman is too dangerous. Just kidding.
Oh.
It's not too dangerous. I have to work. There's nothing guru shanak.
Okay, so you're bang in the States.
I'm in the middle. I'm in the Middle East.
Young, thank you for the gift. Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Can you send her a gift for me? Because no, I'm serious. I was talking my gifts. I don't have enough to send anything right now.
Okay. Let me see something.
The host got you. The host got you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Let me add to her gift gallery. Gift gallery.
Thanks.
Don't leave my
Thanks.
sister a zero. It looks wrong.
No, but do you not notice? Oh, I see this. Okay. Oh, I see something else. But dang.
Thanks, Janubi.
You're welcome. Yeah. But you know the funniest thing is what's it called? The naming system is interesting because the naming system I think is when you buy something, but when you bring something, you're supposed to name it. Continue the name of the original place. I don't know why they changed it anyway.
But I'm thinking Raksha is like Arabic name or something.
Makes sense. Maybe it's the name of the guy, the nickname of the guy who bought it. Makes sense. Like do you know Amjad? Do you know Amjad? Again, do you know Amjad?
What's Amja?
It's like a van cartoon. But if van is Amjad.
No.
Yeah, but the Amjad van story is funny. The guy he bought a bunch of vans from Korea, and then at the time he married a wife. He was getting married, so when he married his wife is called Amjad, and he called it Al Arabiya Ismu Amjad. So he named it after the wife. Until now, a cartoon is called Amjad.
Oh.
That's very romantic.
Yeah, it does sound anti-pseudo, right? But that's the story I heard. I don't know if it's true. That's the story I heard.
Yeah.
That's the story I heard. Okay. Let's see something over here. I want to do something. I want to bring like this uncle story. So the uncle I want to draw is this uncle over here. So I'll take the face. You know what I could do? This is right there. You copy that guy and there's one perfect.
So Janubi, you using what's it called? Computer?
Yeah, computer. Yeah.
No.
Because if I do it on tablet, I cannot make a long video. The other animation I did was like 10 minutes. If I did it on computer, I did it in without computer, no way to it's called make it long. Maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes maximum, maybe 30 seconds. But yeah, that's why I did it. Okay.
No.
Okay, I got it over here. I got Photon, let's bring it here. And make them bigger.
B, are you in Australia?
Huh? Sorry.
Are you in Australia or?
No. I got to US.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Nice to meet you.
At the end, I feel we already had this conversation. You no more. Nine.
I think I like dementia, man.
No, it's okay. I just think it. Yeah, I figured. It's okay. It's okay.
You know, could I get like Tachirampa, you know? You meet a lot of people, a lot of things and everything, and then now top it up with Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, everything. Like you just meeting people, and it's very hard to.
Yeah.
keep up.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's a muscular. I think before you changing them to Southside, this is at the end, mo bien or like
Yeah.
Iowa. That's how we met. Junub is live actually, and then
Yeah.
kadang Nunu as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to come a lot on Janubi Live, but you know, yeah, sometimes it's a bit.
What's her that other girl's name? She disappeared as well. JW is gone. We had a lot of
Where
Aussie.
is JW?
No
You know, it's
idea.
so crazy. I be seeing her like liking my reposts and stuff, but
Are you
she's nowhere to be
serious?
found. I'm like, at least she's alive. That's good.
Sign of life. JW, and there's also what's the name? Etienne? No, Etienne. Aliette. 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 There's also Aliette as well.
Aliyah?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, but I think I saw her like, was
Me
it last
too.
night or
Yeah, I
when?
saw Aliyah actually yesterday.
Yeah.
Looking at her.
But what's the other girl? I forgot her name. She live in I don't know. She live in US as well.
Which one?
I
I,
think
is she your cousin, Genovi?
no, she's not my cousin. But she,
Damn, do you even know her name?
What's her name?
it's what's her name? I forgot her name. The one that
Does it start with N or what?
they confuse you with her. They confuse you with her and her. I forgot her name.
Like
Oh,
I wanna say Nyanyin, but not Nyanyin. Her
in the
name must start with
U.S.
it. Yeah.
You know, being Enga
I forgot her name. She has a blue face. One second. One second.
blue
She's
face. Crazy.
she talk a lot. I don't know what's her
She
name.
got a lot of even crazy.
That's crazy. She's in the U.S.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll get your name. Give me a second. I'll just scroll quick. Second, six.
She's Nya something NY, I think. NYA or something.
KJ?
Yeah, cause
How Kajing is not Nyai. She's you know, so sad. You know me. The whole time I was thinking Kajing. Like, I'm like Kajing's name does not start with Nyai.
That's the only one I knew was KJ because that's what they confused me with.
I was like, Kajing, but I'm
yeah.
like, there's no way it's Kajing because she said Nyai. I was like, all right.
I,
And she
th- I
said
thought
blue
I
face.
thought her name started with NY. But
You, you.
I knew A is there somewhere. and
Ah.
yeah, you know, I actually haven't seen her for ages.
Yeah, it's been a while. What's that? She disappears and comes back.
That's crazy. That was just crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I think I know is if there was ever a game show and they said make a phone call, I will never be calling you. If my life depended on it, what that mean? I'm not going to.
You know, I don't know. I think hey, I think I need a break and go back home and reset a little bit. You know,
That.
sometimes I remember some people like I grew up with, like I know their first name, their mom name,
Mm-hmm.
but what they actually were, like what do we used to do? Like I can't remember nothing. I think this point I like I can only remember my like my siblings and cousins. That's it.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
See that? Now it looks like it's carrying an envelope, but that's nice.
Stickums. I see you. Come up.
I mistaken.
I like it. This one thick on the other one is convenient. I have to
Barnya, nyanggo grial, bar.
you know, I have to get used to Venus.
Guys, I'm trying my dinka. It's not that good, but we're working on it.
Is she go real?
No. Iyan yan agar. Lakin iyan yung tonji. Ma, ajayan, Emma, ajayan.
Oh,
Kedengan kai.
Aywa,
How are you guys?
very good.
Not to go there is crazy. God, Kadinyan guy is crazy. You Paul,
Ampun. Nawin.
Tafi? Hey! The one you had to do, it did not work? Okay.
I think she only crammed 3 words.
No, it's okay. It's good enough. Ah, can good. Ah.
At least that can scare people away that she know.
Maya, yan satu, ya, yan satu. You know, yan si jantung monyang. Like, you know, I know a little bit to where it works enough.
Mm-hmm. How
Aywa.
are you, Jinubi? He's not there?
You know me?
You're
I
mute.
think that I'm mute.
No.
Yeah, sorry, I'm on mute.